All right, are we good? Are we live? It looks like we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Today we have the North London Derby to kick off proceedings here in the Women's Super League, followed later today by Manchester City versus Liverpool. It's a bumper day of 6 games in the WSL today. We always like these Sundays, don't we, Harry? Where we have a 12:30 game, few games in the middle, and a nice way to round off at 7:15.
Yeah, very much so. It's a shame that we don't see any action across the weekend, but it does mean that we get a really good day of pure football from midday right till up into the evenings. But a really big game this, a North London derby. They're always absolutely massive. Tottenham last season they surprised us all by beating Arsenal at home. They've already lost, however, to the Gunners so far this season. So they now travelled to the Emirates in front of a very, very big crowd that are predominantly going to be supporting Arsenal, and is going to take a lot for Tottenham to get something. But it's these type of games when you're not playing well, you come up against your rivals in such a big derby game, and you turn up and you deliver a superb performance. So for Tottenham, they're going to have to hope they turn up in the derby. For Arsenal, they've been playing very, very well recently. They'll be frustrated to get knocked out of the League Cup. They looked okay in the FA Cup as well. So they'll be coming into this game, as I said, in front of that massive home crowd, and we'll be hoping that they can go and do the double over their rivals this season.
Yeah, indeed. That would be a huge, huge turn up. I think you can take reference from Everton earlier this season. They were on a bit of a downturn of form. They went and they had Liverpool at home, and they did go and win that game. So I think, they got a draw, didn't they? Or did they win?
They won.
No, they did win in the end. Yeah. And yeah, you could say that they perhaps didn't deserve that win, but teams do show up for these derby games, and as you say, Tottenham will be looking to try and get a win here. It's going to be difficult. Arsenal are in very good form. And yeah, they look fairly unstoppable against anyone other than Chelsea. So it's going to be really difficult for Tottenham today because Arsenal are a good side. But as you say, derbies are the kind of times where teams like Tottenham will turn up.
And against stronger opposition, in Tottenham's case, you have to sometimes ride your luck a bit. You have to get the rub of the green. And if I've watched Tottenham this season and watched their first half of this season, it's that they're very good at getting the rub of the green and getting fortunate in games. So there's every chance they come away with this. You know, they took the game to Chelsea for 45 minutes. They kept United. Very, very close game that was as well. So Tottenham will be hoping that they can at least give Arsenal a very, very good game here. It was too easy at home. That Arsenal just had it their own way. They dominated for 90 minutes and ended up scoring 3 goals. Tottenham will want to make it more difficult, come over to their rivals, and very short trip, but come over to their rivals and make it difficult for them to win this game if Arsenal do win it.
Speaking of United, they are the team in the early game. Then Manchester United versus Crystal Palace, they are 1-0 up. We will be keeping tabs on that. Elizabeth Turner's ninth minute goal has seen them 1-0 up. A good start then for Manchester United, and again, they really should be winning. Let's look at today's game then. We're going to start by looking at the lineups then for the two sides. We'll start with the home team, of course, here at the Emirates Stadium. That is Arsenal. And it's a 4-2-3-1 for the Gunners. In goal, it's Daphne Van Domselaar. A back four of Fox, Williamson, Catley and Katie McCabe. In the pivot, it's Leah Vauti and Kyra Cooney-Cross. Across the three, then, it looks like it'll be Ford, Marnham and Mariona Caldente. And then leading the line, it's Alessia Russo. So a very good team for Arsenal.
Yeah, McCabe back in, Catley goes to centre half, Wubenmoy dropped. I think that's slightly unfair, but with the solidity that Catley's brought and the season that McCabe has had, especially offensively, it makes complete sense. And Katie McCabe's the type of player you want in a game like this. And in terms of the offensive department, Russo back up front, hallelujah. Great to see for Arsenal, not only that Caitlin Ford's back, but the fact that Russo won't be playing out wide. She will be through the middle, where she is much, much better and has looked so dangerous this season. So for Arsenal, they look stronger defensively, and with the likes of McCabe and Ford coming back into the starting 11, they look much, much stronger coming forwards and are going to be a real handful for that Tottenham defence.
Yeah, and it means Arsenal can look at a bench today that has attacking options of Blacksenius, Kelly and Mead. That's really, 3 players that can come into the game and have a huge impact. So they definitely have improved throughout the January transfer window. I think Kelly coming in on a loan deal is a big improvement on what they had on the bench previously. I think that's going to be incredibly helpful. If they're in a position today where they need a goal in the last sort of half an hour, bringing on Kelly, bringing on Mead, bringing on Blackstenius is going to give them a real difference in attacking areas. So it's nice now that they have got those options. And let's have a look at Tottenham then. Now, Tottenham's team is really difficult to piece together because they have forgotten to name any midfielders, but we will do our best day. In goal, of course, it is Lisa Kopp. We can say that for certain. And the back four, Neville, Hunt, Bartrip and Nilden. Further forwards, though, it looks like it will be Maita Oroz in a pivot, potentially with Anna Suzuki. They have no midfielders because they've got Jess Naz, who we think will play on the left-hand side, or up front. We've got Matilda Wimberg, who will probably play on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, Hedy Raso, and up front, Beth England. So we think it's a 4-4-2, but they have only named Oroz, who is a natural midfielder. What's happening here, Harry?
I'm very surprised at this. If anything, I think Tottenham have quite a lot of strength in midfield with the likes of Summonen and Rybrink and Spence. It's really Artonen as well. They have so many midfielders. So to only name one out-and-out midfielder in the starting 11 is a very bizarre decision, and I'm interested to see what Villaheim is thinking with this. But sometimes you have to try something different against your rivals to go and win these kind of games. Maybe that's what he's doing.
And Maita Oroz is an attacking midfielder. So
that is true.
Maybe just everyone runs up front and see what happens. But yeah, they do have on the bench True Spence, Olga Arton, no Evelina Summonen, so probably an injury there, and then Marta Thomas and Olivia Holt. So they've got so many options, and I just don't understand what they're doing today with the team.
No, it's a bizarre one to have. I mean, the midfield options on the bench are crazy because there's none in the starting 11. So that's promising for Tottenham. It is the one they always say is it is good for Tottenham to have what is a decent bench, and I think they've got a few players there.
So they've got some options, and that is
exactly
that's helpful.
And I think that potentially, if they've kept themselves in the game, that could be really, really useful come the latter stages of this 90 minutes. But for Tottenham, it's going to be difficult. They're a side who have looked, Beth England's looked dangerous in front of goal, but I just think defensively, I look at the back line, I think overall this season they've shipped way too many goals, and the scoring prowess that Arsenal have proven, the amount of chances they've been creating, I really think Arsenal could enjoy this game in that final third. Yeah. Tottenham, they've got to defend like they did against Man United. Well, I say they've got to defend like they did against Man United, but if Man United had been on their day, they'd have probably scored 4 or 5. So for Tottenham, they're going to have to shore up defensively. They have to look stronger at the back.
Indeed. I was just confused by what I was watching on the screen. BBC was showing some clips of Chloe Kelly's best moments, presumably, in a Manchester City shirt, but they picked nothing from the last 2 years at all. And all of the clips were fairly, the first goal was decent. Other than that, pretty okay goals. But yeah, interesting choice of clips there from the BBC. But Chloe Kelly is a player who can have a huge impact today for Arsenal. I think not best represented by that montage, but she is a fantastic player. We know that. What can she add to this Arsenal side?
I think she gives them. It's that you speak about options. It's that extra impact from the bench, because the attacking four that start today have been superb all season. Russo, Caldente, Ford, Marnham have been superb. I think when I look at that bench, I think Mead's been okay, but hasn't been great. I think Blackstenius has blown hot and cold, and when she's blown cold, it's freezing. Or even when she's gone and scored a goal, there's still been a hatful of missed chances. So I just think that off that bench, or just in that mix as an extra rotation option, I think Kelly just offers Arsenal something different, and hopefully she will come in and she can have the same fortune that the starting four have had today, rather than the other bench options. But I think that is part of the reason Kelly's coming is because A, I think on her day she's a phenomenal footballer, but B, in terms of Arsenal, in terms of that attacking unit, Slagers will be hoping that she can back up that front line, because it has been at this season a little bit, when Ford's come off, when Russo's come off, and the likes of Blackstenius and Mead have gone on there, that Arsenal have looked a little bit, it's hard to say because it's towards the end of games obviously, but they've just looked a little bit less potent in front of goal, and I think that Kelly will hopefully add to that. So it's one of those, we bring Kelly on, and if anything they get stronger.
Yeah, I think Blackstone has missed so many big chances this season, and that has been a real problem for Arsenal, because when they're getting to those last stage of the game, I mean, City game's a perfect example, only a few weeks ago now, where they had so many opportunities, and Blackstone missed a few, and then the game was a little bit nervy. She went on to score the winner, and people will focus on that fact, but she did miss a whole host of opportunities before then. Yeah,
and I think that it's as you say, she's a good player. She has scored goals this season. I don't think she's having a terrible season, but it's one of those where it's what if. She could have scored so many more. Yeah. Her numbers could be so much higher.
She tops the league for big chances missed.
Well, there you go, and then it's more frustrating, I think, from Arsenal's point of view, when Blackstone starting means that Russo either has to play on the left or not play at all. And the form that she's been in this season, it's really bizarre to see that Arsenal have chosen to shoehorn her at times, but predominantly she has started through the middle. That's where she starts today, and I think Russo could be a key player. Is going to cause Tottenham a lot of problems.
I will caveat though by saying the reason that she misses so many big chances is because she gets in so many good positions.
Exactly.
Blackstone's movement is very, very good. She just panics and rushes the shots a little bit. She's also in very good company because the other players with most big chances missed this season are Elizabeth Turland, Lauren Hemp, Beth England, and Khadija Shaw. So it's not like it's a massive problem being on this list, but because she only plays fleeting minutes compared to the rest of those players, I think it is then more profound an impact.
Yeah, and then if you look at the top goal scorer charts, Hemp, Shaw, Turland, England are all up there where Black's tennis isn't, and that's where the problem comes.
Yeah,
like you can miss however many big loads of big chances if you've scored loads as well, but it doesn't quite work when you haven't scored as many as you need to.
Yeah, indeed. Phillies, welcome to the stream. Says good afternoon, everybody. Odds on McCabe getting sent off. I'd be tempted to say evens. Is he slipped the ref? Because if so, it's 100.
No,
that's a boring.
Stacey Fallick.
Boring appointment. Should have been Emily
boring.
Heath. We want fireworks. Ryan says, "Hey Jack and Harry, I think it'll be a routine Arsenal win. Unfortunately, won't be watching the game. I'll just watch you guys instead. Appreciate it, Riley. I'm not so sure. Derby days always struck a bit of a surprise, but Ryzen, following a similar line of thought, says, "Hey guys, should be a fun one. I'm hoping not too much of a blowout." Yeah, as I say, I just can't see a way that Tottenham lose like 5-0 today. It's a derby. Well, I could see a way, but I don't think they will.
It's going to be a difficult one.
Give it their all.
As you say, I think they will be defensively solid, and that should be enough to at least keep the game respectable.
Well, that's why the midfield confuses me.
Yeah,
because they are looking to be narrow and compact. Why have they put only attackers on the pitch?
It's like Villar's gone for the game, and as much as I respect that, it shows that there's a lot of character there, and there's a lot. He believes that his side can go for the game and surprise Arsenal. But the form they're in, with the amount of times this season where they've had to ride their luck in games, I don't know why you'd go so aggressive, and I think that could potentially cost Tottenham today.
Yeah, indeed. And let's get some predictions then. If you're watching along, get involved in the live chat. We will start here in the studio though. So Harry, we'll start with you. What is your prediction for this North London derby?
I have to agree with everyone else. I only see one winner, and that is Arsenal. They're at home. It's a very, very strong attendance at the Emirates, and I just think that they've got much better quality and in much, much better form. Tottenham, I think they could potentially, coming forwards, they could potentially cause some issues for Arsenal, but defensively, I think that Arsenal are going to take a lot of advantage of their vulnerability. I'll go 4-1 Arsenal. I think Tottenham will score because they have looked very, very good going forwards, and I think they will take the lead. And I'll say it will be Beth England again. Shock. I think Beth England will score. But so I think Tottenham will take the lead, but Arsenal, they'll come back into the game. They'll score 4 goals, and I will go for a Russo double, a goal from Caldente, and then a goal from Chloe Kelly off the bench.
Well, that until Chloe Kelly's allowed to play. We're cutting to scenes here on the sideline. She's violently assaulting Beth Mead. I'm not sure what that was.
Don't know why.
But yeah, I'm also intrigued by the TIFO in the middle of the pitch. Defend your tomorrow. It's a campaign against cervical cancer. That's a very good campaign. Love that.
Yeah, I saw that in the midweek. Beth Mead and Arsenal, really, the pioneers of what is a very, very strong campaign.
Yeah, exactly what we want to see. This platform that women's football has got now being used for good. In terms of a prediction, I fancy a bold one. I'm going to say Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1.
Oh, wow.
Fancy an upset today. I fancy an upset. I just think Tottenham will show up for today. There's no reason or logic behind it, but that's football sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes those irrational things happen. Tottenham should have battered Leicester. Sorry, but Leicester should have battered Tottenham, and Tottenham won that game 1-0 without even having a shot on target. So weird things happen in football. I'm backing them today.
If there's one side that could pull a undeserved result from nowhere, it is Tottenham. And we're not saying it would be undeserved, but in terms of when they could be up against it today, they've already proven, as you say, they can win games without having a shot on target. So they can do that. They can get a draw without having a shot. So let's see what happens. I do think Tottenham will give it a game. I think it will be competitive for a decent portion of the game. I think Arsenal will potentially run away with it in the closing stages.
Yeah, indeed. Philly's going 3-1 Arsenal. Riley saying 3-0 Arsenal. FPLB says morning gents. That's not a prediction, but good to see you anyway, Bailey. Good to see you, Bailey. But yeah, we are about to get underway here at the Emirates. Tottenham with a lot to do today. A tough ask to try and stop this Arsenal team.
Yeah, Arsenal win puts a lot of pressure on, keeps the pressure on Man United and puts a lot of pressure on Man City later to get a result. Because
Yes.
if Arsenal win this, I believe they would possibly put themselves momentarily 5 or 6 points ahead of City. So
Obviously United winning at
yeah.
the moment. But it will be Tottenham to get us started here in the North London derby. Suzuki taking a knee before we get underway for today's game to stand against all forms of discrimination. And now we will get underway. Ball not back, and we're underway here in this North London derby. It's Arsenal versus Tottenham as we kick off this WSL weekend. Neville. That's just good football down the line from Tottenham. One back though by Steph Catley. Russo keeps it alive with the header out wide. Back inside to Marnham. Tries to find Kyra Cooney across, but that's picked up by Naz. Naz brought down there by Leia Vauti, and that is given us a free kick to Tottenham.
It's a good start from Tottenham. That as we said, the personnel selection looks like Tottenham are going to be aggressive today. They're going to try and come at Arsenal, and exactly what Naz is doing there. Just picking up the ball and just bursting into space, trying to get through the Arsenal lines. But a good start from Tottenham. Early stages are crucial. They have to make sure that they are, they do, start this game strong and stay in the contest.
Yeah. That's a ball lifted into the penalty area, headed away, and then struck on the volley there by Maita Oros. But that doesn't come to anything. Over the bar.
Yeah, frustrating one. That just got under it on the volley. Was never going to find the back of the net. Not a bad ball.
Got to go for it, though, in that sort of situation.
Oh, yeah.
Just doesn't fall nicely.
No. Has to take it first time goal. Cooney cross coming in. Would have been an absolute beauty. In her head, that was sailing into the top corner.
That would have been a fantastic goal had it gone in. David Fraser saying, hoping for an Aussie blitz, KKC stunner, and a Ford masterclass. That would be good for Aussie fans and for Arsenal fans. Not so good for Tottenham fans.
With Claire Hunt and Brasso scoring as well. Australia just dominate this North London.
There's a good chance Hunt scores and Tottenham don't.
That is true. Tough season for Hunt. First in a Tottenham shirt. Hasn't really gone to plan, but to be fair to her, nothing has for Tottenham defensively.
No, indeed. Apart from Janice Kamen, who couldn't find the back of the net from
Tottenham's best defender.
Point blank range. Maita Oros, Neville. So does it look like it is an Oros Suzuki pivot, which Suzuki can do. She is physical enough. For some bizarre reason, Beth England starts on the left wing.
I don't understand it.
No, it is Rasa on the left wing. England's just dropping in, to be fair. England coming forwards. Options ahead are cut off. Suzuki is the player she chooses to pass to, but Arsenal then win the ball back. Caldante unable to hold on to that pass, and now it's a Tottenham ball. Neville.
I don't understand it from Tottenham. When they play England and Thomas, they play one up front and they shoehorn the other one in, whether it's England on the right or whether it's Thomas in the 10. But when they only play Beth England, they decide to put her in a partnership with Naz. I don't understand it from Villahan. When he names 2 strikers on the pitch, he plays a 1-striker formation. When he names 1 striker on the pitch, he plays a 2-striker formation.
Naz putting pressure on Catley here, and then that is out of play for a Tottenham throw. Amit says, as a Chelsea supporter, who would you suggest for me to support in this North London derby? Philly says probably the ref. Yeah, I back that.
Yeah, one of those where I think if you support Chelsea, you don't really have a horse in this race.
No, because you never want to see Tottenham win. But Arsenal are closer in the table. So. If Arsenal were in touching distance of Chelsea, then probably hoping for Tottenham win. But Chelsea do have a decent lead.
A good game of football is probably the best answer.
Or a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
Ryan says just support Beth England. Yeah.
That is true. Been firing in the goals. And I mean, Tottenham have brought entertainment this season. Because they've scored so many, but they've conceded so many. And every game has been brilliant.
They are fun to watch.
They are, brilliant.
No, I've not been bored when watching a Tottenham game this season. Even the Leicester one, which lacked goals.
There could have been 8 goals, all in Leicester's favour.
Should have been so many. Williamson.
But I think the 3-2 against Palace, 5-2 against Chelsea, they've delivered some absolute zingers.
Yeah. David Fraser says, thank you, I'm looking for Aussie success. The She Believes could be ugly. Yeah, I don't really understand the She Believes, to be honest. It's just like, here's a trophy for the US to win.
Yeah, and then Canada aren't in it as
I'm
well.
not really sure who plays in it.
No.
If someone could explain to me more about the She Believes Cup, that'd be great.
Because I thought it was like a North American thing. Like we're all the... I don't know.
Hmm.
But it's not, because Canada don't play in it. They're playing in some other trophy.
But
areas,
Australia
international
do.
mode. They do. And they're not in North America, I know that much.
Well, maybe the Arsenal American do the geography.
Yeah.
Here is Cara Cooney cross. Fox. Cooney cross. Looking for a forward pass into Fox. Fox looking to drive it forwards. Nice run from Fox. Here is Caldente. Trying to find a defence splitting pass. Goes to Caitlin Ford. Ford cuts inside, takes aim, and it's blocked. And Caldente, unable to keep hold of that pass, does manage to shift it to Williamson though. Catley. McCabe to Catley. Neville giving chase. Valti plays it out wide. And Hunt is on the scene and knocks it out of play.
Yeah, good from Tottenham. They're doing well just to try and, to prevent Arsenal from getting into their penalty area. And that is the main thing. Oh, that's not good from England, though.
Shot from Valti, that's blocked. Here's Emily Fox. Ryan says, isn't it just whoever the US wants to invite? And Riley saying, yeah, it's an invitational, but they almost always have Australia and Japan in it. Cool. But why do they accept? I guess they get money from it.
And they could win.
They won't. The US always win.
That is true. But they haven't taken their full strength squad. Still pretty strong, though. Yeah, two very defensive banks of four. I mean, Beth England and Naz are dropping so deep that they're practically in the midfield.
Oh, England has won it back here. Off of Blair Williamson. And we've got a goal over in the United Palace game, but we'll look at that in a moment. It's Tottenham coming forwards here. Hayley Rasso tries to cut inside. Cooney cross stops her in her tracks, then brings her down for a free kick. And that is a Tottenham free kick in a good area. Goal at Manchester United Crystal Palace. Palace are level. It's Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 1.
It's all kicking off in the last few minutes. A huge goal for back for a United side that have conceded the least goals in the league this season to concede to the side of
conceded one of the league as well. But yeah,
maybe putting Clarissa Larissy up front does work. I mean, she might not have scored, but they're really good from Beth England. Arsenal just moving it too slowly, and she pounces on Williamson and wins it back. I think Tottenham will be frustrated to not get more out of it, but they have got a free kick, which obviously they could use.
Maita Oros lifts it into the box, and Van Domselaar claims it.
That is a
waste of a free kick.
Massive waste. In a game like this where you're not going to get many opportunities, and you get a free kick, and you practically just cross it into the arms of Van Domselaar. That would be a very frustrating waste of an opportunity there for Tottenham and for Villaharm. But really good from England, really sharp. Just jumped onto Williamson's touch and managed to win it back.
Amelia Gale with the goal for Crystal Palace, by the way. And another new formation by the looks of it for Palace. Apparently a 4-3-1-2 today with Woodham as one of the two strikers. I'm not sure if that's true. Russo breaking into the box. A big tackle in there, and it looked like it was going to be a penalty, but Hunt getting away with that one there.
Tottenham really, really fortunate. That ball just seemed to... I don't think it was incredibly intentional from Arsenal. It was a pass forward that just everyone seemed to miss, and it eventually just ran through to Russo and Hunt. I mean, I tell you what, I think she gets a little bit fortunate with this one, but the pass just... How has no one cut that out? It's forward with a lovely little flick around the corner.
It's good defending from Hunt. It looked clumsy. Good defending though.
Just about. Easy one to get wrong, that.
Well, exactly. If she leans on Russo a little more and brings her to ground, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
Williamson into Ford. Could look to deliver this and does so. In towards the back post. Neville heads it away well. Valti there to sweep it up and keep this move alive for Arsenal. Catley. Now Leah Valti. Ball into the box. It's blocked. Marnham will put Hunt under pressure here, but Tottenham looking to play out. Wimberg. Hooks it up. Naz and Caldente both miss it. Here's Catley. A pass forward cut out by Maita Oros. And Tottenham back in possession. Neville. Here is Leah Williamson. Now Mariona Caldente. Fox into Ford. Ford to Marnham. Marnham back to Fox. And now here is Frida Marnham. Kyra Cooney cross. Nice give and go there between Fox and Marnham. Now into Ford. Her touch though is poor and Tottenham come away with the ball. And now they'll look to bring it the other way, pass in front of England. Not going to get there, and that's an Arsenal ball. Cooney cross.
Organisationally, Tottenham's best 10 minutes of the season. They're really well structured at the moment. They're doing very, very well just to remain compact and to just not let Arsenal through. And
they've gone back to the 4-4-2 that they used for most of last season. Now, a lot of that system relied on being very good, and they had very good progression from Bize and from Clinton as the wide players, which you should be able to get from Raso and Wimberg. And then you've got Naz and England in behind, who are quick players. So that counter-attacking opportunity is on. Marlon puts the ball into the box now, and Neville touches it out for a corner. And that's Arsenal with the corner.
This is where problems come for Tottenham, because as soon as Ford gets in that 1v1 with Nilden, she runs past her, she drags Siki across, and suddenly has loads of space because Ford's taking 2 players out of the game. Can't afford that to happen. Ford does really. You can't afford, from a Tottenham point of view, to be dragged out in position there by one player. But Arsenal worked it well.
Who's had the biggest fall off, Wilhelm or Vidicic, I mean. That's a tough question. I don't think Vidicic has had a massive fall off. Yes, that was pretty much basically what happened. Is they massively overperformed their expected numbers. They're now performing in line with their numbers, and they're doing okay. But they will, there are more games now where they will drop points. They're still in a good position though. For Tottenham, again, last season, they lost huge players, so there is a mitigating circumstance there. So I wouldn't really say that that's all on Wilhelm. They lost Clinton, they lost Bize, who were key parts of their system. So, yeah, again, I think it's difficult to call that one because, again, I don't think Vidicic is over yet, and I don't think Wilhelm is harshly judged there.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they're 2 very different scenarios. Brighton just had a really good run of form, and now they're playing on par. For Tottenham, it's a bit different because they had one whole really good. Doesn't need to do it. It's just unnecessary to just allow yourself to get caught there. I mean, it's sharp from McCabe, but just goes in.
It's such a silly tackle.
It's a bizarre one. The ball's she's not the ball passing. Just leave it.
Yeah.
It's and that'll be because at the end of the day, if McCabe whips a phenomenal ball in on a weak foot, then you just have to say, well, fair enough. That's incredible. But now what you've done is you've basically given her an opportunity to whip it in with her stronger foot. It's all Neville's done here.
It says, who's the referee in the game today, Harry?
Stacey Fullix.
There we go.
Good ref.
Yeah, it's boring. Heaslip would have been more fun.
Heaslip would have been great.
After what happened. I like what Arsenal are doing today, though, with McCabe on the left-hand side. Here is Katie McCabe, and that is dealt with. Falls again to McCabe, who lifts it towards goal over the bar. An interesting routine. It doesn't bear fruit for Arsenal. But
this is where Tottenham's problems come now, is that here, they do go to block it, and just pass it straight back to the shoot.
Bar trip in there.
The problem is, I understand that she's just trying to clear it, but it looks almost purposeful, the way she just knocks it to McCabe again. So have another go. Just put your foot through and get it gone.
Yeah, Tottenham now trying to build out from the back. Russo chests it down well, and it's Arsenal who come away with the ball. Cooney cross into the box. Russo flicks it towards goal, and it's there for Arsenal. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 0. And it's all come from Tottenham building out from the back. It's an ambitious ball from Zaziki into Russo. Russo chests it down and falls off the pitch in the process, but keeps the move alive. So Arsenal then take the ball, whip it in. And it's Russo. I don't know if it came off Russo or the defender.
I think it's a Hunt own goal. I don't actually think Russo got a touch on this. But let's have a look. Yeah, it's a problem when you play an attacking player in defence midfield. Is they try and play a beauty pass. Russo does everything she can to keep it on. Unfortunate to fall over.
Better to just leave it.
Yeah.
In actual fact, it's a Russo header.
Oh, she has headed it.
It's a brilliant header from Alessia Russo. And it all comes from Arsenal's press. They forced that mistake. Cooney cross.
Someone's got to get out
whips it in there, and it's a really well taken header by Alessia Russo. She's in excellent form, or is it?
I think
the angle's so difficult to see.
She definitely, I think she flicks it on, but it's whether I think it definitely then touches Hunt, but it's whether it was going in or not.
No, she doesn't. Touch
she doesn't. That's an own goal.
Add that to the repertoire for this season.
And again, it's Tottenham. I mean, it's a good ball in from Cooney cross. That's the point positive for Arsenal to take from it.
Yeah.
But as another one where an audacious pass has put them in a lot of trouble. They've got a little bit unfortunate in their play and fallen over. They've crossed the ball in. The striker's missed a header, and Claire Hunt's put in her own net. And it's just, and now she's nearly been caught on the ball and just manages to shuffle it back.
Oh my
God!
God! No. And Arsenal in for a second, saved by the keeper, cleared by Nilden. Arsenal should be 2-0 up. It's messy at the moment from Tottenham, and they've got to get back in. Raso with a big tackle out for an Arsenal corner, but they are all over the place at the moment.
What on earth is... Hunt nearly gets dispossessed by Marnham, plays it back to Bartrip, who tries to knock it back to Kopp, and just puts nothing on it, and Ford pounces on it, and it's a really good save from Lisa Kopp. Ford's touch takes her a little bit wider than she'd hoped for, but Hunt makes a mess of it. Bartrip then just passes it to Ford, and Ford, it's a good save from Kopp. Tough one for Ford to score from there. But and again, Tottenham, absolute shambles at the back. I said, organisation-wise, they've been superb first 10 minutes, and that has just all gone out the window in the last 5 minutes. So bizarre. And this has been their problem. Is they've gone, they can go from playing really well for 10 minutes to just falling apart within the space of 5.
Yeah, everyone says you called it, Jack Lowell. I did. When we were talking about the Australian players earlier, I said Hunt might score, but it won't be for Tottenham. There you go. Here is Marnham. It's just been one of those seasons where whatever she does, Claire Hunt, it just doesn't go well.
Yeah,
and it's difficult because how do you get yourself out of that rut?
Yeah, it'll be frustrating because, especially in the big games, it's now an own goal against Arsenal, gave away a penalty against Chelsea. Just especially after the most recent OSL game, I think we praised her quite a bit for her performance against Man United because she did play better. But since then, I mean, they obviously didn't play because they weren't in the FA Cup. But just you'd expect to build on it, and then she.
It's just a nice little from Arsenal. Tottenham unable to get near the ball. Eric's own goal, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Philly said superb cross. Masak Mara says, "Oh, it's an own goal." David Fresh says Hunt's had a good run since the Olympics.
That's a great ball from and that cross shot that from Russo. McCabe, who was at the far post on the right hand side, was interested. Not sure how she's there or why.
Yeah, David Fraser corrected that statement, saying Hunt hasn't had a good run since the Olympics. No, she's struggled for Tottenham. Really struggled for Tottenham this season.
Yeah,
just so many games where she's at fault for goals, either errors leading to goals or putting them in her own net.
And
just one of those seasons.
It's one of those where two different people will argue different things. They'll say that Hunt has looked poor in a really bad Tottenham defence, or Tottenham's defence has looked poor because Hunt's played poorly in it. And I think that when you look at how strong they looked at times last season defensively, I think I have to say
I don't think Bartrip's had a good season either. But again, it comes down to is that because of Hunt or in spite of?
Yeah, I'm surprised Buda doesn't get more minutes. She's on the bench. It's bizarre. I think she had a really good season last campaign.
Yeah.
So that one just doesn't make sense for me.
Masak Mara says, I thought that Kate McCabe was on a red card. She has served her suspension. The 2 games against Manchester City, the one in the league and the one in the cup, have served her suspension, I believe.
Yeah.
So they're all right. But yeah, I hate when players serve suspensions in the cup. It's never fun.
It depends who they're playing. I think the fact that it was a semi-final against Man City is fine.
She did play 16 minutes against Man City, though.
Oh.
How did she manage that? Was it a one match for a red card? Surely not if it's foul and abusive language.
I don't know what they just... No, did they have Bristol City in the FA Cup, or was that before Chelsea?
No, they had London City Lionesses in the FA Cup, but that was after the City League Cup game.
Oh, hang on. I don't know. That's a weird one. Arsenal's been a goal kick for Williamson clearing the ball out of play. So that's fun.
Oh, they did have Bristol City in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So the ball was played down the line here. Now, this is a brilliant tackle for Williamson and definitely goes out for a corner.
Yeah, so that should be a corner. I'm not sure how the ref has given that as a goal kick. She was right next to it as well.
Yeah.
But there we go.
They happen sometimes, I suppose. Well, a mixed first 10 minutes, really even, really good stuff from Tottenham. The next 10 minutes can only be described as what I would call a catastrophe.
This is much more Tottenham.
Yeah. And this has been their problem. Now, it was at this point as Man United that they went back to looking really solid and held the game at 1-0. Be very interesting to see how the game plays out now. whether they'll do what they did against United and look more solid, or whether they will just crumble.
They have looked more. They have looked more likely to score than they did at any point in the United game.
That is true.
So that is a positive. I mean, it doesn't say much because they haven't looked like they're going to score at all. They have looked more likely to score. Williamson. Felice says, don't worry, McKay will be suspended again soon.
But look at the space for Cooney Cross to run into there. She's just covered 15 yards and no one in the Tottenham shed's got near her.
Lovely touch and turn from Valtier. Ball out wide now to Katie McCabe. McCabe to Caldente. And now to Valti. It's interesting, though, that it is still 5 yellow cards in the WSL and then a suspension. Russo does well to take past the defender. Can she square it? No, she goes for goal. It's saved England there to sweep up the mess. And now Tottenham will look to break. Lovely from Wimberg. And the pass on to Raso if she can find it. That's a brilliant ball from Wimberg. Cut out only by the head of Emily Fox. A brilliant header. And Arsenal now have possession.
Really good defending. Tiny stuff from Russo in the Tottenham penalty area there. Just spins past Claire Hunt so easily.
Well, that's a great give and go there from Frida Marnham. Forward now into this wide area. Ball in, but it's a poor cross. At Tottenham, given a respite.
Yeah, Arsenal looking dangerous every time they come forward. Ford would have hoped to do better with that ball in. But with Ford back in the side, they've looked much sharper.
Yeah, at half-time, up north, United 1, Palace 1.
Very interesting. That's only United's, what, seventh goal conceded this season? Sixth. Wow. Who's Palace?
Miguel.
Really good. After a big point last weekend.
Well, this would see them only 2 points off Leicester.
Every point matters at this stage of the season.
You know, obviously it hurts for them that Leicester did win last weekend.
That is a difficult one. Because even though they got a point, they still...
Oh, sorry, the weekend before last weekend. Last weekend was FA Cup.
Which Palace did see themselves through. Big for them, then into the quarterfinals. And if they draw Sunderland, then there's a good chance one of those two sides will be in the FA Cup semi-finals. Which would be incredible for them.
Yeah.
Not sure who they'd then beat in the semis, but cup runs are cup runs. I'm to Tottenham in the cup. They lost to Everton in the round before last.
Yeah, because they didn't play on FA Cup weekend. It was because of waterlogged pitch. They played a few weeks later and then lost.
The Everton side who have got up to speed now with Brian Thompson's super team, with Gargo banging in goals and defensively looking really solid.
They've got Maren Mielda now, so don't they?
Yeah.
Arsenal coming forwards. Russo can't get a touch under control. Caldente, McCabe lifts towards the back post. Fox with a chance to score. Saved well by Lisa Kopp. That's surely going to be a goal though for Caitlin Ford.
Yeah, I don't know how Arsenal have not scored from this. Caldente should shoot initially. Don't know why she passes to Russo. Works it to McCabe. Really good ball. Ford doesn't expect Nilden to miss it, and then just doesn't get enough behind it. Ends up
you've got to
stood over.
that better.
Very much so.
With how poor that this Tottenham backline has been this season, you've got to anticipate that there will be mistakes. And you can capitalise on them.
And just obviously ends up misreading it, and it falls just under. And it's a good save from Kopp again, though, keeping Tottenham in this match so far.
Riley asks, is Fox the best right back in the world right now? It's a good question.
Ooh.
Very good question. Ball in, headed on. She's up there, definitely up there. I wouldn't say bronzes, and that would be a lot of people's thoughts. So yeah, possibly. I mean, you'd have to have Carpenter in that conversation, Owen the Battier in that conversation, Kirsten Kasparai in that conversation, but definitely up there. Justman says, hi Jack and Harry and chat. Hope you're doing good, my friends. We're doing great. Chelsea fan, good to see you, mate. Chelsea in action at one of the 2 o'clock games, I believe.
Everton, yeah. Really, City as well. Obviously, they're City of the late game this evening.
We are live for that, so join us later for Man City versus Liverpool.
That'll be a good game. Issue for Lisa Kopp, by the way. They're filming Chloe Kelly warming up like she's going to go in goal for Tottenham. I don't think she is. Nor do I think she's going to come on anytime soon.
Oh yeah, Philly says Gwyn. Very good shout.
That is definitely up there. But Tottenham hoping that this isn't going to be a problem for their new goalkeeper they've signed only a few weeks ago. I mean, she has already got. I don't actually know what the issue is, but because we are just watching Chloe Kelly warm up. I say warm up, having a chat.
It turns out she's all right.
She's all right. That knee is already taped up though, before she went down. So not great.
Is it tape?
Yeah, on that right knee. It's definitely
Yeah.
taped up. They're now watching a catalogue of saves already in the first 25 minutes.
I mean, that has been a help.
Yeah.
The fact they've got Lisa Kopp now. I don't think Rebecca Spence had a very good start to the campaign.
No. Heaps is good, but young. And I wouldn't... She had 2 good games, but I wouldn't have expected her to deliver consistently.
Yeah.
I think Kopp has looked to be a decent signing. Has already kept a clean sheet against Leicester. Probably shouldn't have, but did somehow. And has just kept Tottenham in the game at times. Some big saves against United. Already made some big saves today.
Yeah, indeed. Here is Rousseau. Does well to turn a player, and that is a good stop again from Lisa Kopp.
Hunt is getting spun in circles today by Russo. It's the second time where Russo's just managed to use Hunt just to pivot round. It's just too easy.
But the problem is Hunt overcommits. She's
Yeah.
grabbing. The best she's going to do is give away a penalty.
Yeah.
It's really poor defending. Every time at the moment, I'm not sure what is happening with Claire Hunt at the moment, but it's just really poor defending. Because you're grabbing it, and even if she's not pulling the shot, which she is, even if she's not, you're too static there. So if Russo does move, she's going to get caught out every time. And then she results to grabbing even more, which is either going to be a penalty. And there again, I mean, that front foot defending is good in that sort of position because it's forced her back. But in the box here, she's not close enough to Russo. Russo misses the header and Neville gets it clear.
Russo might keep missing headers all day and it just falling to the next Tottenham player who just keeps knocking it towards her own net. That's the thing, and even with the Russo goal, is as a defender, you have to anticipate the striker's going to miss it. Because if Hunt had actually gone for the ball, then it wouldn't have hit her like it did, and it wouldn't have gone in.
Cooney Cross managed to take it past Beth England. Now here's Mariona Caldente. Catley. Ball down the line. Here is Cooney Cross. Tries to play that into McCabe. It's dealt with though by Wimberg. And now Tottenham will look to play out of this corner. Suzuki has won herself a goal kick.
Tottenham have a goal kick.
None of those things.
Yeah, I feel for Suzuki today. I mean, being asked to play in defensive midfield is a really strange choice. Because she just isn't a defensive midfielder. It's as simple as that.
No. And then, you look at how they conceded that first goal. And it's a difficult one. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, their build-up structure this season, Tottenham has been so poor.
Yeah.
Ball forward, from Lisa Kopp. Now Neville under pressure from Caldente. Just about gets away with it, but Arsenal do come away with possession. That's out now for an Arsenal throw.
Neville just spins around there blindly. It's really poor defending from Tottenham at times. It's just stuff that you wouldn't expect to see at the top level.
Williamson. Yeah. Box. Under pressure. Goes back to Van Domselaar. Now Catley. And here is Katie McCabe. Sorry, Caldente. McCabe's even higher. Now McCabe. That's a good tackle from Neville. But Arsenal do have possession. Caldente. Licks it towards McCabe. McCabe down in a heap. But it is a good tackle from Neville.
This is a fun little battle that's starting to brew between Neville and McCabe.
Yeah.
Neville's already brought her down once, and then this time they both find themselves on the floor.
She is right. That should have been a Tottenham throw there. That was what Neville protested there. Williamson. Now Steph Catley. McCabe wants to deliver. Goes back to Catley. And now Katie McCabe. Caldente. Good tackle in there. From the Tottenham player, Suzuki winning it back. No, they look to play out.
Arsenal was so high, and I know they've obviously conceded a throw, so they've dropped a bit, but Arsenal, they're all only 30, 40 yards out of, well, not say
Everything's
40
in
yards.
Tottenham's half.
Yeah, and comfortably so.
Vouty flicks, puts into the box. Tottenham with the ball though.
Yeah, one high up by Arsenal. Vouty there, a little bit panic. It was one of those where she kind of just played the ball into the space and hoped it would find someone. It wasn't a ball that had anyone's name behind it. It was like, I'm going to put this in this area and someone might run onto it. Unfortunately, no one did.
Suzuki goes down. It's a soft one, but Tottenham get away with that.
Yeah,
gave away the ball.
Fortunate.
But it is given as a foul.
Nah, she stands enough, but it's just gets caught on the ball anyway.
Ryan says, I wonder how they'll integrate Nijswanga in this team. Sure, they don't buy her just to be an option off the bench. She's a good player. Well, she can obviously play left back or middle field. Very versatile in that regard, but she's not starting over McCabe. Chance for Arsenal. Marnham. That is blocked. There's enough minutes to go around, but I don't see her starting left back, and she's not, really a pivot player. She could play in a midfield 3, but not really a pivot player. So, here is Mariona Caldente trying to take on Ash Neville. Now McCabe.
Arsenal almost toying with this Tottenham backline.
Caldente. Catley. Into the box. Russo tries to get there, saved and tipped wide by Lisa Kopp.
Really good from Russo. Really good movement to jump in front of 2 Tottenham defenders. How on earth? And Kopp is saying exactly the same thing there. How has Russo managed to squeeze between 2 Tottenham defenders and get to the ball first? I will never know. It's another good save from Kopp. But Hunt and Bartrett both caught flat-footed. How Russo's got to that ball, I do not know.
No.
Arsenal corner and a chance to double their lead. Hats off to Lisa Kopp so far. Some big saves.
Indeed. As you say, Arsenal now with a chance to put the ball into the penalty area. That's on the goalkeeper. Kopp tips it. Vouty will be the one to react, but that's really good defending from Suzuki to jump in front. Vouty tries to go low. It's into the gloves of Lisa Kopp.
Yeah, Kopp did enough there just to tip the ball wide up and then recovered well.
Yeah, there in attendance is Bukayo Saka. Alongside his girlfriend and his dog. Not sure why they brought the dog.
Fancy watching the Arsenal.
Poor thing. Tottenham coming forwards now. Neville. Maita Oros. Neville. Goes back to Hunt. Suzuki. Kopp. It's a good ball out to Nilden. I'm not sure why Nilden's so narrow there. They're in possession. So he has to run to go and get that ball. If she was higher, they could have played that ball quicker.
The ball from Kopp was fine. That's where the ball landed, where it bounced. That's where Nilden should have been. Instead, she has to go sprinting after it.
Fox. That's a good tackle from Oros. That's no foul. Given as a foul. Tottenham are bursting forwards on the counter.
It's fortunate.
There we go.
Again, similarly to Oros got fortunate. Suzuki got fortunate a minute ago.
And Urian Timber is in attendance. Unfortunately, the BBC believe that is Miles Lewis Skelly. That is not.
No, unless the dog's called Miles Lewis Skelly.
Maybe. Here's Caldente, takes aim. It's blocked well. Another chance for Caldente, and it's a goal. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 0. Caldente needed 2 bites of the cherry, but she does find the back of the net in the end. And Arsenal double their advantage here in the North London derby. A well-struck effort from the Spaniard. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 0.
Really nice strike from Caldente. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And the first
Tottenham will give you a chance to.
They will give you a really good chance. Caldente does well. First effort blocked by Hunt. Falls straight back to the attacking midfielder. And it's a really nice finish.
Not much you can do. Someone else has got to react there.
Yeah. It's a good block. It's a really good block. And again, Tottenham flat-footed defending. No one jumps on it. And it's allowed just to fall straight back to Caldente, and that is a really good
And
finish.
it's smart from Russo. She comes across it.
Yeah.
And it just blocks Hunt from getting there. Blocks the keeper's vision as well. And gives Caldente the angle to slot it home.
Perfectly curled, round bodies, and into the corner. I mean, not much Cop could have done about it either. That's a really good strike.
And I'm sure the Emirates Bring the Noise area is twisting and shouting after that one. Here is Catley. Now McCabe. Pass inside to Valsey. Here's Cooney Cross.
That ruins it every time she scores.
I quite like that song.
It's like, oh, that's a really, really good goal. Oh, and now they're dancing or doing whatever they do.
It's another soft one there.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a smart chant. I quite like it. I know you've never been a fan of it, but
No.
I think if it was a Chelsea chant, you'd be all over it.
No.
Yeah, you would.
No, I would not. Someone's got in the book. I'm not quite sure who.
Can't be a Tottenham player.
Because that's not a yellow card.
No, it's clumsy.
But it is a yellow card.
Siki has been booked for it.
In a game like this, for the first yellow card to be that's not going to end well for the referee, because now everything that is the same as or stronger than that challenge is going to be, everyone's going to be begging for a card.
Yeah, a data process. I think Valty would become more of a bench player, and then that would leave space for Niswanger. Well, I don't think Niswanger's that best in a pivot. No, she could do a shift there, but she's more of an advanced midfielder rather than Valty, who's very much a deep lying midfielder.
And I mean, Arsenal with and without Valty this season have looked really, really different.
And you've got Cooney Cross in there, who is more advanced. I mean, once you've got Pullover back, maybe you could play a Pullover Niswanger or Pullover Cooney Cross midfield pivot, because Pullover is very, very good at the defensive work, and she is apparently on the mend. She was obviously featured in the under-21 side. I think that was quite heavily reported.
Yeah, that was.
So most people should have seen that, but yeah, she scored as well on her comeback.
That's big for her. That's a really big step to be back playing football and scoring goals.
Indeed.
But I just think that the control that Leia Valty has offered Arsenal. I think you take the two Man City games are the best example. Valty didn't play the one in the league that was 4-3. She did play the one in the cup, which was much calmer and much more controlled, especially in those early stages.
Yeah.
Valty just sets the tempo nicely and earns Arsenal a lot of control in every single game she plays. And Cooney Cross
They did lose that cup game, though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did in the last minute. But in terms of it was much closer and much controlled. That is going to be offside. Yeah,
indeed it is. Phil says, I hope not David. I think she's the best, most consistent player in this team. David says, great player, but I think she's running out of gas. Well, I think that will be an area that Arsenal look at. And obviously Victoria Pelova will be back, but I don't think having a more defensive option alongside her would work quite nicely. Just a matter of who. And I'm going to throw out the obvious suggestion of Teresa Avalera, because I mention every 5 minutes on this channel. Here's Anazuki. Ball in behind, England able to get there. Still not sure why there's a refusal to play Beth England as a striker. Maybe one day we'll see her get to play up front.
Yeah, because she is.
I get having Naz.
Yeah,
I get having Naz as like the forward option, and for that pacing behind. But I think England's a much better option up there,
and
in terms of her finishing.
Naz just
hold up play, and that is a foul on Wimber.
And see, this is where the debate comes, and that you can see Tottenham questioning that, because that's a yellow card. That's a yellow card.
Come on, referee.
If Suzuki's one was a yellow card, that is a yellow card as well.
Yes, but it's McCabe.
But this is where the problem comes. That's why you don't give cheap yellow cards out in games like this. Because...
Or you'll just be consistent with it.
Yeah. Which then gets really out of hand, because then you're booking everyone for everything.
Yeah.
But I do think we were talking about something, I can't remember what.
Oh, you said yellow.
Oh, England up front with Naz. I've been really stunned by this season. Just looks like a completely different player.
I think I said that she's going to be the breakout star of this. Or did you say? I can't remember. One of us said she'd have a big season. Though.
Yeah, I think it was me actually. And I think I've been our biggest critic this season. Been miles off it. I think the pace, I think the work rate as well have been really poor. I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem that Tottenham had across the pitch as well. Is that when things do get difficult, it just looks a bit lazy. That's why the errors come in, because it just looks lazy sometimes. And I think that Tottenham's mental side of the game is really lacking at the moment. Arsenal coming forward again, causing problems for Nilden. It's really good from Ford.
No, I went just as most improved.
There you go.
Arguably biggest flop. And I'll put Ella 2 in his biggest flop. Arguably most improved.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I've put it in the wrong way around.
I haven't even looked at mine. I'll have a look later. That's really intriguing.
I went Khadija Shaw Golden Boot.
That's probably pretty strong.
Good happen.
Yeah.
Top assist, Nick Charles, so then was out injured for most of the first half of the season. So player of the season, Lauren James, also probably not at the moment. Young player of the season, Lexi Potter. She's not been bad, but probably not young player of the season.
No.
Best signing, Nomi Mouchon, did her ACL out for the season. Worst signing, Lucy Bronze. Probably not the worst signing, but she's had her moments where she wasn't great. So a good 1 out of 8 hit rate there.
Yeah, sure.
So far.
Just got to get sure as the top goal scorer. It. Mouchon was the best signing. Didn't even get to play more than a game.
Well, no, she started the season, didn't she? And tore ACL. So that's gone well. Join us in a few months when we predict next season.
Who have Leicester got today? Everton. Is it Everton?
No, just Everton.
Oh yeah.
Leicester.
Brighton.
Can't remember.
Must be Brighton.
No, Villa.
Ah, I had so many tries and got it wrong. That's gonna be a tough game because this Arroyo ball has been incredible so far. They were 8 minutes away from a point against Chelsea. They went and beat Brighton in the FA Cup. McCabe, that's not a bad corner. Flick goals by Russo again.
But Leicester do have a striker now.
They do. But Villa have learned out of as long as... I can never remember which one it is. It's either Patton or Parker, who in the last 2 against Man City and...
I think it was Patton.
It's Man City and Brighton just passed the ball to them. What is going on here? Arsenal took the corner. The ball was outside of the semicircle. And then it's been retaken as a corner, but Tottenham thought they were going to get a goal. I don't know how they thought they were going to get a goal kick there. Arsenal with the 3rd try at taking the corner.
McCabe. Place it short into Caldente. Back to Katie McCabe. Will look to deliver it now in towards the penalty area. Flicked over the bar by Frida Marnham, and she believes that should be a corner.
I mean, how that's ended up going goals, I have no idea. Because Marnham is either backwards headed it over the bar, or the Tottenham defenders headed it over her own bar. Let's have a look.
I thought it was just flicked in the air by Marnham. No?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I'm not sure how she thinks that's a corner.
She's just flicked it. I mean, the fact that she's managed to flick that over from her position, backwards header. Oh, it looks like
it was a slight.
No, it touched her. What do you call it? Hair.
It brushed her on the way out.
Yeah. I think Tottenham will just be hoping to get into half time at 0-0. Sorry, 2-0. They'd love to be at 0-0, but I don't think they're going to take 2 goals away from Arsenal. But a difficult half for Villa's side. Another big half-time team talk needed.
Caldente. Marnham. Caldente. Fox. Here's Ford. Marnham lifts it in behind. Header from Russo, and that's wide.
Another really good opportunity for Russo. But again, how she's getting into position, how she's getting on the ball from here is incredible. Lovely little dink through from Marnham, but really good movement from Russo. And the fact that she wins that header and manages to direct it goalwards is incredible. She's Hunt is the right side of her. She does everything right as a defender. But Russo just steps in and flicks around the corner.
2 minutes of additional time. I was a bit confused when I saw the 0 come up on the board. I thought Chloe Kelly was coming on.
Yeah. What number has she got, actually?
18, I think.
No.
That's what Football says now that they've updated it.
Yeah, not 0.
Shame.
Yeah. I'd buy a Kelly 0 shirt.
Yeah, it's 18. I'd buy an England shirt with Kelly 0 on it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have an Arsenal shirt in here.
No.
Awful. Ball forward from Hunt. Headed down by Catley. Now McCabe. Not really sure what McCabe is doing there, but it does give Tottenham a chance here. Catley does deal, though. Tottenham with so many opportunities there to win the ball back, and they managed to do none of them.
That's what I mean. I just think it's time.
Cooney Cross almost caught in possession.
I just think.
And now it's a Tottenham ball. Nilden.
I think at times it's just a bit lazy.
Here's Haley Raso. Raso into the box. Now tries to flick it on. England can't quite get there, and now Arsenal can play out. Mariona Caldente pokes the ball forwards, and Caitlin Ford's in now for Arsenal. A chance to make it 3. Just slows down too much. And Bartrup gets back in.
I don't know why.
She hesitates.
Why she tried to pass it, though? Just go for goal.
She hesitates too much, slows it down, then looks to pass. She was in.
In the form she's been in this season as well.
Valti lifts the ball out wide to Mariona Caldente. Does well to shift onto her right foot. Saved well by Lisa Kopp and cleared away by Hunt.
Another really good save from Caldente. He's having a laugh out on that left-hand side. Dancing round Vartrip. Sending her one way and the other. But there was a difference there. That cross from Raso for Tottenham. And then now trying to flick it goalwards and failed. That's where, up the other end, Russo has been managing to flick it on goal.
Yes, and it is half-time here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 0. Goals courtesy of Claire Hunt sticking one in her own net. And then Mariona Caldente with a tidy finish to double their advantage at the break. It is Arsenal 2, Tottenham 0. Chelsea team for the game that kicks off in 40 minutes. Hampton in goal. A back four of Lawrence and Pomey, Bright and Baltimore. Walsh, Nuskin in the pivot. Conrad, Macario, James. Leading the line, Myra Ramirez.
So finally a rest for Natalie Bjorn, which is good for her.
And for Guro. So my fantasy WSL team not looking good.
That is not great. Well, for Tottenham, there is no rest. The games get harder, and it was another really, really difficult half of football. And they'll be frustrated because I do think that at the times they were really in that game. First 10 minutes, as I said, I think they were very competitive. They looked structurally, they looked really, really strong. I think they played quite well. And then I don't know what, and then just a messy situation that they just don't deal with, and suddenly they find themselves losing again.
Yeah.
That's been the story of their season. They go from competing, looking decent, like a decent outfit, to just falling apart. Well, Claire Hunt sticks it in her own net again, and people say it's unfortunate because the ball's gone in, Russo's missed the header, and it's hit Hunt's thigh. But the reason it's hit Hunt like that is because of the defender. She thinks Russo's won the header. She hasn't gone for the ball because she thinks Russo's going to win it, and so she hasn't even challenged for it. If she challenges for it and plays the ball, then when it does miss Russo, Hunt would just cleared it out, or it'd have gone off in a different direction. But because she was just stood still, just waiting for Russo to head the ball towards her goal, it then ended up hitting herself and going in. So I think that'll be really frustrating for Tottenham, and for Hunt again. It's just not been good enough this season, and it's really let Tottenham down at times.
Yeah.
Because they were in this game up until that own goal, and then suddenly Arsenal just took control.
Derek Fraser asked, I'm wondering if Bjorn has done a hamstring. No, I think it's just rotation. She's on the bench today, Natalie Bjorn. So.
Oh no, yeah. she did get injured against Everton in the FA Cup. I forgot about that.
Well, she is amongst substitutes.
Oh.
So.
Probably a precaution though, because she came off, and because Chelsea played the last few minutes with 10 players because they'd used all their subs. But I'm guessing that is probably precautionary.
I'd assume so. Alex says I've got 50 on Arsenal. Fair enough. It looks like your money is safe, whether that's 50 quid or 50 pence. We can never be sure.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Arsenal are doing well, 2-0 up here.
In control, and deservedly so. I think they could have. I wouldn't say. I think they've looked pretty clinical because the shots haven't gone in, have been saved by Kopp, and I think credit to Lisa Kopp because without her pulling off some brilliant saves, this could be 4 or 5-0 at half time. So a really good performance from Tottenham's keeper has shut Arsenal out at times, but a really tidy finish. Well, not a tidy finish from Russo, an own goal from Hunt, but I think Russo up front, so much more dangerous. Arsenal look, the amount of times that she's got a shot away, just unexpectedly. The one where that cross came in, and she managed to jump in front of 2 Tottenham defenders and stick it goalwards was incredible.
She's brilliant this season, Alessia Russo. She's right up there. in terms of the Golden Boot race. Only 2 behind Khadija Shaw, and obviously Shaw has had a couple of games on the sidelines, but then Russo's had a couple of games having to play on the right wing. So, it has batched stuff out, but she's been excellent under Renee Slagers. So, yeah, Arsenal as a whole have been very good under Slagers. Got that first goal again, brilliant from Cooney Cross. Yeah, Slagers, it's Russo's movement here that forces that error. First, Arsenal force everything. The pressure's brilliant from Frida Marnham, forces that ball out wide. Brilliant then from Cooney Cross to deliver the ball. It's an excellent delivery. And Russo just creates that confusion. And Claire Hunt,
got to step in, because if she steps in, yes, she might take Russo out, and knowing Claire Hunt's season, she probably would have. But if she steps in there, then she's not in that position for the ball to hit her and go in. Either Russo wins.
There seems to be a hesitancy to do anything for Hunt because she has made mistakes. But the problem is that's creating more mistakes.
Yeah.
That inaction, because if she commits to the ball there, she will knock it out of play for a corner rather than it just bounce off her knee for an own goal. They're a great block. Tottenham don't react. Smart from Russo to block Hunt from getting to the ball a second time, and Caldente then makes no error with the second effort.
I think it's been a problem across the team for Tottenham, as you say, with that hesitancy. Even here, as soon as that ball comes off Hunt, someone should just run at it and just throw their body at it. And there's been multiple times where it's like, Tottenham are going to just win the ball back here because that player's going to jog onto it and pick it up. Well, no, because they've hesitated and they've been beaten to it. The problem is that Villaharm is trying to play aggressively. They've gone. It's an aggressive lineup today. They've put a lot of attackers on the pitch, a lot of forward-thinking players. So they've gone for the game, but the actual players on the pitch, the personnel, aren't being as aggressive as Villaharm is trying to play, and that just doesn't work because you've got a manager who's trying to play on the front foot and aggressive football with a team who are being very hesitant and are lacking a lot of confidence.
Yeah, O'Brien says Russo's good but not great. I don't think she's the kind of player that would drag Arsenal or England to trophies and titles. She doesn't have the aura or the minerals. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't disagree.
I was going to say, I'm not judging a player on their aura. I'll never judge.
Well, either way, I think she has aura. She's got a presence about her.
Yeah.
There's a clear connection with the fans and a clear aura. She has it. And yeah, I think she's a fantastic player. I think she's a top striker. Her movement and timing is elite. Her finishing is elite. And in the right system and with good players around her, she will be a top player. We've seen that this season. In this Slagers system, she's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's put up really strong numbers. So I really disagree, Riley. I think, 7 goals this season so far. And if she wasn't under Idaval for the first 3-4 games of the season, if she hadn't had to play right wing for the last few games, she could very much be top scorer at this point. So I see your point, but I disagree.
And to be fair to her and speaking about England, her and Toon were responsible for taking England to that Euro final.
Yeah,
and although it was Chloe Kelly scored the winning goal, without Russo and Toon, I don't think England would have been there. The amount of times those two came off the bench and turned the game around was superb. And the reason Toon's involved that is because of Russo. Yeah, Russo puts up really good numbers, but she's also a facilitator. She brings other players into the game. She forces problems.
You've only got to look at that second goal today to see that, how she creates the space for Mariona Caldente. And it's that unselfishness as well from Alessia Russo. She's just an excellent player. Phil says, I think Russo can do everything technically, just gets a bit bogged down as Arsenal have so many players trying to do the same thing in the same areas.
She is a confidence player, and that has been demonstrated by her seasons. Confidence high, she delivered at Man United. Confidence low last season, wasn't at her best. Confidence is right back up this season, and she's delivering goals.
She's a false 9 type player. I think she's very good at hold up, very good at bringing us into the game, and then as a good poacher. The problem is you need wingers who will want to play that style.
Yeah.
So you need someone like Lauren Hemp is perfect. That's why England should work in theory. But you look at the wingers Arsenal have, and it's Caldente who wants to come inside and doesn't want to. Basically, you want players who want to break in behind that space. Yeah. And obviously, you can still have players who want to dart inside and take a shot, but broadly, you want players that will be making those runs in behind, which Arsenal don't really have. If you look at this the Arsenal wide players, you've got players like Mead, who doesn't really make those runs in behind. You've got Caldente, who doesn't. Ford, who does a bit, and that's why I think she's had success this season.
Yeah.
Because she is a bit more of a direct winger. And then I think Kelly coming in could be that.
Potentially.
She can make runs in behind. We've seen that before. So we'll be interested to see what we see from Chloe Kelly. There has been another goal, by the way, in the Manchester United Crystal Palace game. United are now leading 2-1.
That's an important goal. And this is, I think if United hold on, that also shows how far they've come. Because
another goal for Turland.
Wow.
Today.
Because although people will look at it and go, well, they only snuck past Palace. Well, yes, they did. But what it showed is the Man United of old would have potentially slipped up in that game. Going into half-time 1-1. But if they hold on to that, I can definitely see they will get that result, and it will show that where Man United are at right now, where even when they don't play at their best, they still get results. And I think that they've got a couple of questions. I do agree, because I think at Tottenham they didn't play particularly well, but they still got the result. Palace, they haven't played well today, by the sounds of it, and by the moment they're still getting the result. So it's one of those where yes, you have to ask some questions, but at the end of the day, the reason teams like Chelsea win league trophies on trophies is because they get results when they're not at their best, and that's what United are currently doing. And yeah, so fair enough to them.
Yeah, I think United have been fantastic this season. Huge step up in their performance from last campaign, much more reminiscent of what we saw the season before last, where they were really strong with obviously Russo and with Toon. And yeah, it's good to see both of those players have a really good campaign this season when they both struggled when they were apart last season. But yeah, I think Arsenal are now, I would argue Arsenal are probably the closest side to Chelsea in the WSL. I think we've seen that throughout this season. They are more competitive. I think they're only a few players off that being incredibly close between them and Chelsea. So, yeah. Right, says, any Chelsea nerds know of our 33-game unbeaten record a couple of seasons ago was in all competitions or just the WSL? Surely it's got to be all comps, right? 33 games.
No, because they're lost. Surely at some point we're lost in the Champions League.
Yeah, but it depends when it falls, doesn't it? 33 games unbeaten run.
Yeah, because it could...
We've not won the WSL unbeaten.
No.
The run would have to be from sort of one season to the other.
Exactly.
So a really good run at the end of a campaign, and then a really good start to the next one.
I'd say all comps, because if it was just in the WSL, that'd have to be across 3 seasons. And that would
not
be...
necessarily, but you'd have to...
Well, yeah, because
it's
only 22 games.
Yeah, so 33, you'd have to win...
I was thinking there's only 11 games, but no, yeah. So it would have to be across at least 1.5.
3 unbeaten seasons. Yeah, so that would be a really strong end to the campaign. But I think that would probably still be all comps. Could be league, but I think it's all comps.
Yeah, well, the Gunnosaurus activity's gone. I genuinely think Gunnosaurus defended in that mini drill there better than Claire Hunt has today.
Get him on.
Get him on.
Get the dinosaur on. Massak Mera says, will we see Chloe Kelly in the second half? I imagine they'll want to.
Yeah.
Packed at Emirates today, they were cheering when she came off the bench. I think they'll want to get her on.
Yeah. I'll say came off the bench. She went and stood in the corner and warmed. She had a chat with me.
No, they all cheered when she jogged out.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Risers from the Brighton loss at home to the City loss last season was in the WSL. How many games is that, though?
Surely that's not 33. That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
But either way, it's no matter whenever it was, it's an insane record that I think would be very very difficult to repeat. Well, I also think sometimes it's a weird thing. Depending on what position you're in, it's important to lose in football. Because I think Barcelona are proving it right now. Because
Chelsea's last loss, though, in all competitions was Liverpool at the start of May. Chelsea would have to, provided they win... It depends on... If they win the Champions League, they will beat that.
They will. But
they have to win every leg and every cup.
I think sometimes it's important to lose. When you do go on such incredible runs. Because you have to get used to it. As we saw, Barcelona a couple of weeks ago hated the fact they lost. Absolutely despised it. They were furious.
To Levante.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's big because that's important. They get that competitive side.
I don't know, but they felt more, it looked to me more like frustration that they'd actually lost a game.
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah, but it felt like they hadn't.
But they'll go and use that frustration to go and smash other teams, and they probably have.
Well, they played Espanyol and got in a fight, and
that is true.
Yeah,
maybe don't lose is what we're getting from this picture. But yeah, I think that I mean, in terms of second half, the problem is the reason why it's difficult to talk about is because I just don't see. I mean, this is probably why, because pre-match Jess Naz is painting with some other lady.
It's not pre-match, though, is it?
Well, no, but she should be training. That's no, but
Christ.
no, but it's one of those where you see it with a couple of players. So they're not playing very very well. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be painting in this whatever this promotion thing is, but in terms of like when you're having a bad season, don't go and I don't know. I just think that for Tottenham,
I disagree. I know a lot of people argue, oh, you shouldn't be doing loads of promotion. I don't think it matters. Naz is a big face in the game, so
she's frustrated me this season.
I think she's allowed to do some painting. Yeah, no, I don't think she's had a good season at all.
No.
I think she's really struggled in a Tottenham shirt. I think it's a bit odd that she's called up for England, but equally with Hemp out injured and Kelly not playing any football, it's sort of a shoe in there. But and she does offer something different to what most of the England attackers offer. But the problem is at the moment for the clubs on the club stage, she's not offering anything.
I think Tottenham have got a massive problem with mentality. Because what I notice is they've either got players out there who are towards the end of their career, or they've got lazy players, and it's letting them down massively. They just don't look like the fitness is there. It's really bizarre. No, I just don't. I don't know whether it is a fitness issue or whether it's a work rate issue. Either way, they've got to solve it because they just at times it just looks really like they just look miles off it. And it's that's the reason why they've shipped so many goals. Is because they've been in games and then they've kind of just gone, oh, I can't really be bothered anymore. I'm obviously not saying it's not the degree that the fact they can't be bothered, but just I don't know. They should need to. I think they should work a bit harder. I don't know, and then maybe they get more results.
Unfortunately, Galasaurus has been involved in a horrible accident there.
Got nutmegged by a child. Galasaurus will never recover.
Billy says the Levante loss was crazy. Barca didn't have a rest defence. It's like they forgot to do it. Yeah, to be fair though, in the league they often don't have to worry about this. And I was having this debate in the comment section with someone under our one of our videos, the Farmers League.
Yeah.
One. We spoke about the WSL, whether it's Farmers League. Obviously, we agreed it isn't, but that was the conversation. And someone said, "Oh, Barcelona play a much more aggressive style. That's why they have a higher goal difference." And my point was, well, yeah, they can afford to have a more aggressive style because of the lower quality in the league. If Chelsea played like that, they wouldn't win.
They'd lose to the top.
All the games.
Yeah, because Arsenal would go, well, look at with space. Like Man City. Man City have gone aggressive, go really aggressive, and they lose games.
And they certainly wouldn't be beating Real Madrid or their closest competitors 5-0 in a cup final.
No. If that ever happened if Chelsea City is 5-0 to one team, something must have happened. Chelsea must have sent all their players off or something.
SFI says they've been close to drawing a bunch of games. Romeo is so bad. Real Madrid actually have a chance to win the title. Very unlikely, but possible. Real Madrid won't win the title.
That's the problem though. Is that, as you say, I'm not saying you're wrong. Barcelona may have looked shaky, but the difference is they can get away with it.
They're going to win the league. Here is Caldente, drives inside, trying to shift the pass across. That is cut out in there, and now Tottenham will look to break. Naz brings it down, now plays it out wide. Wimberg. This is more as well from Matilda Wimberg. It's a ball inside. England will try and get there. But it's run back by Arsenal.
I feel for Wimberg because
she's not in possession. She's a left winger.
Yeah.
And Ross is a right winger, so I'm not really sure what's happening there today.
Tottenham right now are not a club where they can, a young player has time to develop.
Hunt there trying to be physical with Russo. Russo shrugs her off and gets the ball. Hunt stays with her though. Still going, and Hunt takes her out. And that will be a card, you'd think.
Yeah. Apparently, no.
No, I think she's going to...
Yeah.
There we go. There is a yellow card. Brandish to Claire Hunt. You could see it come from immediately.
I mean,
she tried to be aggressive with Russo, got shrugged off, went back in for it. Russo shrugs off again, and Hunt has to put in a last-ditch tackle to stop her just running into the penalty area unopposed.
Massive problem for a defender, because Hunt isn't a quick defender. She hasn't got the pace. So as a defender, her tool is physicality. It becomes a massive problem when she's getting shrugged off because it means that she's got no tools to defend with. Because you're going to get ran past by the striker and you're going to get muscled off. So the only tool she has is to foul people. And that has been too many times this season.
Yeah.
And a free kick in a good position here for Arsenal.
Billy says, if Barcelona ignore Berenstein like they did Chacon, it could be trouble in the Champions League. If Barcelona lose in the Champions League, you'll see me running up and down the streets of around Stamford Bridge just in glee. Ball into the box, headed away. Provided obviously Chelsea are fine.
I think Wolfsburg will give them a good game.
I hope so.
I really do.
It's the same night as well, isn't it, as the Chelsea games on both legs.
Well, it's Wolfsburg Frank. Just going to the Frauen Bundesliga. Wolfsburg Frankfurt today. That's really, I think it's today or it was yesterday. That's going to be a very good game. But yeah, I think Wolfsburg have got what it takes. I really do. Such a competitive Champions League. Obviously, Arsenal play Real Madrid across 2 legs. I think they'll be happy with that draw. They'll back themselves to get that across the line and put themselves into the Champions League semi-finals.
Wolfsburg Frankfurt is a 3:45 kickoff.
Got a random time to kick off.
Well, it's just as random as 12:15 or any other 15:15 or 2:45, isn't it?
Well, no, but that's like flat bang in the middle between a 3 o'clock and a 4:30.
Well, it's in Germany and it says 5:15.
That's even weirder. Yeah, that makes more sense.
So, trying to take on Hunt. Burst around a ball across the box, no one in there for Arsenal.
See, now Hunt's got a problem that she can't dive in because she'll get sent off.
Suzuki takes past one, tries to pick past the other. Comes up off CUNY cross. Tottenham had a 4-on-3 situation there, and they looked like they didn't want the ball.
That's what I mean. They just look late, just so lethargic. Because they keep getting results, so it can't. I doubt it's a morale thing. Because they keep winning games. Oh, that's poor from Neville. Just doesn't put enough on the pass.
Okay, Rousseau blocked. Ford, Rousseau saved well by Lisa Kopp, and she reacts well to then gather the rebound.
So Arsenal are getting so many chances from Tottenham, just not put enough on the pass. Neville hit. What is that? And it's. I'm not trying. I don't want to get frustrated at it, but it's from a neutral point of view. Like, how is that at the top level of the game? Too many. Bartrip played forward through on goal in the first half for a pass that just didn't have enough on it.
Magnificent save from Lisa Kopp.
Yeah, no, really good save.
She's just left there to fend for herself.
She's come into this Tottenham side as the number 1 keeper. And just...
And now here's Chess Naz, and she sprays it wide for Neville. Goes towards Naz again. She's going to struggle to get there. She does force Catley into the mistake, though, passing it to Neville. Here's Oros. Neville. Cut out by CUNY cross.
I'll be honest, I don't think Beth England's touched the ball since she pounced on
Brilliant from Ford. Brought back there by Nildon, and that will be a yellow card.
Yeah. Racking up for Tottenham now, these cards.
Yeah.
Because again, that's what I'm saying. If they're getting tired, they're getting outran. So the only way to compete is to bring people down. And now 2 of your back 4 plus a midfielder are on a yellow card. Really good turn by Ford. Nildon pulls her back, trips her up, gives her a kick. Does everything does everything she can to stop her running through.
Fox Williamson. Ball played into Caitlin Ford. Ford now to Valti. Tries to slot it through for Ford. Now pass across to Freedom Marnham. Takes aim and it's blocked up and it's in. Arsenal 3, Tottenham 0. It deflects off a Tottenham player, but it is in the goal, and it's Arsenal who extend their advantage. Clips up there off of, I believe it was Bartrip. But that will go down as Marnham's goal. Feel for Lisa Kopp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Arsenal running right against their rivals, and although the effort is a bit fortunate with the deflection, the football deserves a goal. Brilliant ball through, run from Ford, and the ball through from Valti is superb.
Gives it back here to Marnham, and it's off of Hunt, and it's in the back of the net.
Was it Hunt again? Was it not
Yes.
Bart? Oh, wow. Dear, oh dear. Oh, Claire
It's
Hunt.
because she moves away from it. If she stands there, she blocks it. But she moves away, deflects up in the air. Kopp's expecting a shot the other direction. She can't get across goal in time.
She tries to move out of the way of the ball to block it. It's just... It's gonna say it sounds harsh, but it's just not good enough in the WSL. It's just not good enough to play like that, and it's costing Tottenham dearly.
She smashes the ball forward. Catley heads it down. Caldente. Ford. Marnham. Good hold up. Here's Naz.
Slips over.
Valti. Fox. Here's Caitlin Ford. Marnham. Fox. Levalti.
You can tell Arsenal sense it. Arsenal know there's a really good opportunity to make this an absolute thumping. Their tails are up. And Tottenham are down and out.
Yeah, Arsenal throwing on this near side.
But again, I know that ball has ran out. But it's going out really slowly. And no one in a Tottenham shirt even thinks about trying to get there. It's just that, Russo spins Hunt again. But that's better. Much better from Hunt and sees Russo out for a goal kick. Does really well there, just not get muscled off. Because initially Russo had spun it again. Really good turn. Just uses Hunt to spin round, but a good recovery. I'm trying to play out. That's the thing. In order to play out, Beth England's had to drop to the edge, practically to the edge of the area. And then suddenly they can get the ball up there and Beth England's not going to be there to pass it to. No, they've lost it again.
Levalti into Marnham. Tries to play it through, but that will run on till he's a cut. And Chloe Kelly here being ready for some tactical advice. It looks like Arsenal will be making a change.
Here's Claire Hunt. Run at her.
Getting across, battling hard. Nilden. Clearance isn't great. Oros does well though. Now England. Nice work. Runs out of room though and does go back now to Bartrip. Siki. Nice drive. Pulled down by Ford. But on this occasion she would avoid the book.
Yeah. Smart from Ford just stops Siki getting out. But yeah, Tottenham will be another frustrating game. It was 3-0. They lost 3-0 at home to Arsenal. They're already 3-0 down here with over half an hour to play. And they get after a decent performance in Man United. I know they were playing against Arsenal, but I think they'd hoped to try and build on it. And that just hasn't materialised at all.
Yeah. Brilliant turn there from Maita Oros. Naz, Wimberg, in behind for Naz now. She's got to give Catley some trouble here, and doesn't.
But, known for her pace and her bursting behind, she's lost a foot race to Steph Catley. And no offence to Steph Catley, but she's not the quickest player in the world. And Naz, for me, should be getting to that ball first. But yeah, just not been her season, not been Tottenham's season. But every time I say that, you look at the league table, they're sat in 6th place.
Yeah.
And unless Liverpool somehow beat Man City today, they're going to stay 6th.
It's a lovely give and go. Caitlin Ford now, ball into the box. Neville. That is cleared away. Right, says, really thoughts on who would play live thing today. She needs minutes. I'm not. I expect now that Hampton will play every game left this season unless we've won the WSL with a few games to go. And then we can use those to hand us some minutes. But if not, Hampton will play every game.
It'd be nice to see her, and I think that it is important because if Hampton does get injured or something happens, you want Leipzig to be ready.
True.
But the problem is you don't want to then risk losing a game because you want to get her warm.
Yeah.
Because she'll still play for the youth sides and still be in training. It's not like she's just not going to play football.
3-1 Manchester United by the way, and it is Grace Clinton back in the squad and back on the score sheet.
Big goal, just sets them up comfortably in that game. They should see that out now. With 15 minutes to go?
Not even that. 5, I reckon. Yeah, 84-minute goal for Clinton.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, this game kicked off half an hour later, not 15 minutes. Better from Tottenham. They've moved it through the team well there.
Good block there from Williamson.
Yeah, well defended again. Raso just not causing, not threatening enough at all.
Ford driving forwards. Here come Arsenal. Options left or right. Goes right, Russo, and it's 4. Arsenal 4, Tottenham 0. Alessia Russo tucking that effort home wonderfully. And Arsenal putting daylight between them and their rivals. Elation for Arsenal, disappointment, embarrassment for Tottenham.
Yeah, they lose the ball half the pitch and nobody in a Tottenham shirt reacts. Arsenal take full advantage, charging forward on the counter-attack, and it's a deserved goal for Alessia Russo. Superb game from her today, and she finally gets a goal of her own. Really good performance. As that's, for me, complete performance from a striker now. But yeah, they lose the ball and just no one reacts. You know, you've got loads of players just jogging back forward with plenty of time.
As well there to pick out, to hold it. The delay is really good here because she could play it too soon and it all goes wrong. But she waits just long enough. Weight of pass is brilliant, and it gives Russo an easy opportunity to finish off.
Such a good finish. Places it into the corner. Off the post always looks better.
Indeed.
Red hot form for Russo. And another goal. And with over half an hour to play here, Arsenal, I mean, a lot of us agreed that this probably wouldn't get too messy today. Well,
Tottenham making changes. Thomas on.
But this is the problem. I understand that you want to, you bring Thomas on, but she's not going to shore you up defensively. So why is Villaharm still going aggressive when they've already conceded 4 today and they've still got half an hour to play?
Might as well. What's there to lose?
True.
Like Godwin's already in the mud.
Drew Spence also come on in midfield, so that helps a little bit. They actually got a midfielder in there. I think Villaharm got it wrong today, massively wrong. Personnel selection was and the attitude for the game was just not good. It was the wrong decision. Went way too aggressive.
Marnham's effort considerably wide.
Good touch on the cameraman, to be fair. But yeah, and this is the problem.
And now a double change for Arsenal at first. Tina Blackstenius is on in place of Frida Marnham. So presumably Russo into the 10 or something like that.
Everyone's favourite experiment.
And then to what will be a rapturous applause. It's the return of Chloe Kelly to Arsenal. Forward off. Kelly on. Just got half an hour here to reintroduce herself to the Emirates.
Second debut for the Gunners for Kelly. Good game from Ford. Chance now for Kelly to get back to winning ways.
There's a spring in her step as she enters the field.
I think the last couple, she said the last couple of weeks have been an absolute relief, have been superb for her. Can she now get back to delivering on a football pitch? And this is a really good game for her to come into. Arsenal comfortably ahead.
Spence.
Plenty of opportunity.
Hunt.
Spencer's done well there. Oh, really good.
Lindbergh. Now England. Nailed him. Here's Nas. Moros. Nas. Molly Bartrip. Jess Nas. Now Drew Spence. Goes to Bartrip.
The likes of Lena Bueller should be sat on the bench thinking, what on earth have I got to do to get a start?
Luana, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
After today's performance, you've got to think there'll be a rethink in that department. England.
Almost at the shoot there.
Yeah, might as well. Neville now. Goes back to Hunt. Now Bartrip. Spence. Bartrip. Hunt. Neville. That's a lovely ball inside. Spence. Now Nas. Spencer's touch is poor and Arsenal can break away now. Mariona Caldente. Good drive. Now here's Blackstenius. Takes aim and it's saved well by Lisa Cole.
Yeah, well watched there by the goalkeeper. Blackstenius is not too bad. She does well. Looks to curl it into the far corner. Well, we'll save though by Cop. But again, Tottenham lose the ball out the pitch and try get caught on the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tottenham. What they're trying to do with Beth England, what Villa are doing with Rachel Daly, in terms of drop her in
Everything.
Play her in everything, but just drop her into that 10 and then play other players off her. But the problem is Villa have got the likes of Nunez and Grant and Hansen who are playing really, really well this season. But the problem is for Tottenham is that.
And the reason you're doing that is that Daly's lost a bit of pace.
Yeah.
She's not as clinical in the final third as she used to be.
Mm.
So utilise her strengths in other areas. But England is still a very clinical poacher. And while she may not be the quickest player, when have we seen Tottenham's incredible counter-attacking football work?
Yeah.
It hasn't. So why not put England up front? Because at least you'll go and give them a challenge. Naz has lost every foot race and not been physical with anyone. And here we see that hold-up play there from England, and it opens up opportunities. Thomas's ball is awful, but it forces McKay to do something, and it's a corner now for Tottenham.
Yeah, and again, more questions as to why Marta Thomas has come onto the right wing. Yeah. It's so confusing at times. I think Villa Harms, it's the personnel selection that has just been wrong. They haven't played awfully, just played the wrong players and just got it wrong at certain times. But yeah, I think that a lot of work to do for Tottenham. They've got to start playing the right people in the right positions, and just I don't know. Go back to the basics of it. Put everyone in their position and see what happens.
Ball in. Thomas tries to win the header and can't. Force now for Neville. Wimberg, not a bad effort. That was blocked, unfortunately for Wimberg. And now Arsenal will break. Cooney cross. Brought down. Vouty, though, will come away with it to Caldente, who'll do well to keep this on and doesn't.
Yeah, better from Tottenham. Wimberg has shown signs of looking sharp, and I think, she's still an extremely young player. But yeah, Tottenham, they that wasn't too bad, that whole corner routine.
No.
Yeah, I just think, go back to the basics. Put Beth England up front. Put Russell on the right, Naz on the left, and just see what happens. Bench Claire Hunt. I'll guarantee you'll concede less goals. Just do the simple things. After this game, review it and just go, right, this didn't work, so let's do this. This didn't work, so let's not do that. Just, today, I don't really know what the game plan was from Villa. Go out, attack Arsenal, never going to work at the Emirates. Never going to work in a North London derby away at the Emirates with the form they're on. Was never going to come out on top.
Yeah.
The way they beat Arsenal last season was they defended so well and they nicked a goal on the counter.
Can't they?
They haven't played like that. So it's not going to happen.
Cooney cross. Just well there to wriggle through bodies. Penalty. Fox. Chloe Kelly lifts it in behind. Blackstenius now bearing in on goal. Bartrip sees her wide. Cuts back inside. Shots blocked out now for an Arsenal corner.
Yeah, good block from Hunt recovering. But again, too easy from Bartrip. Great ball from Kelly. Really good movement from Blackstenius once again. Does so well to cut back here. Too easy though from Bartrip to let her do that. Hunt with a big interception. Yeah. But again, we spoke about it in pre-match. Blackstenius' movement is just phenomenal. And when she times that run well and you've got Chloe Kelly putting the ball in behind, really, really good stuff.
Yeah, and well, McCabe about to take a corner, and hopefully everyone behind her who's got their phones out will be able to capture a goal.
Plays it short.
McCabe. Ball in. Headed down to Vouty. Williamson. It's blocked. Fox now. Into Vouty. Fox again. Rousseau. Cooney cross. Williamson. Cooney cross. Good football from Arsenal.
Yeah, they're in control now. Still got over 20 minutes. Just probably Arsenal just enjoying what has been a really, really good performance.
Great hold up there from Alessia Rousseau. Steph Catley wants to take on Neville now. Ball in, saved by Kopp, not dealt with by Tottenham. Kopp, though, does get her gloves on.
Just about get away with that on there. Tottenham Kopp did well initially, but if she's going to parry it, she's got to get it further than she did. Shielded well by somebody. It's like somehow no one else will get pounced on it. Barczyk does well just to keep it from Blacksenius. And Kopp can pounce on it.
Kopp nailed him. I'm back in there by Tottenham. By Arsenal, sorry. Lovely for Rousseau. Great use of body there to win it off of Oroz. Pass through, doesn't quite have the weight on it that it needed. Kelly. Trying to make something happen. Cooney cross. Valti. So composed there to shimmy it past England. McCabe in towards the back post. Rousseau tries to get it down. Head cleared away there by Bartrip. Arsenal in possession. Williamson. Riley says, off to watch the Chelsea game, lads. Putting a thumping 5-0 win for the Chelsea. Love it, Riley. Enjoy the game.
It was difficult. I think Everton proved in the FA Cup they can put up a really good fight.
Yeah.
And I think with Gargo will look to target Mpome in that back line, and that could cause Chelsea a few issues. Big game for Mpome, I think. Because as I said, Gargo will look to really target her and try and bully her off the ball. So I don't think it'll be easy, but Chelsea, if they play better than they have in the recent weeks, should win that game.
McCabe. Valti. Catley. Back to Valti. It's full time, by the way. I imagine it was a while ago, but I just forgot to mention it. Full time in the other game. Manchester United 3, Palace 1.
Another big win for United.
Yeah, they survived the early scare with Miller Geld.
Arsenal will keep pace with them. Both sides going to mount the pressure on City, who have already slipped out of the top 4 before this game week. Now find themselves.
And Liverpool's not a given.
It's not
at all.
It's really not.
As much as they've been patchy, they've got the quality to. We saw it in the first half of the season. They've got the quality to take the game to City.
I think at home Liverpool definitely look better than they have away, but and it is at the Joey today. But I think it'll be a decent contest. You look at the game at Anfield early in the season.
Yeah, that
was a Liverpool who didn't have Matt Beard that day. To be fair, they've looked really good.
And a City side who did have Lauren Hemp, did have Alex Freeman, and did have Khadija Shaw. None of those
Shaw's
we
back.
expect to start. Shaw could start.
Well, she came off the bench. She was back. Obviously, she got fully fit. She then felt like she then dropped out the squad.
Indeed.
She then came off the bench against Leicester to score. So I think there is a potential that she could lead the line today. If she doesn't, massive boost to Liverpool. But I think we.
Is it a massive boost? Is Viviana Miedemar that much of a downgrade on Khadija Shaw?
No, but it's better than it could be. It's a slight boost to Liverpool.
Indeed. Hemp is expected. Well, she's back on the grass, isn't she? So
is Greenwood.
To be back soon. Same, yes.
So it's good for them, but I think Liverpool have got all of their players back. It seems to be. It's really positive.
56,784 is attendance for Arsenal. That's only
Huge.
8,000 short of capacity, I think.
I
want to say 65,000, 64,000, something like that in the Emirates. Kelly. It's a really good turnout considering Tottenham aren't one of the top sides.
Yeah.
I know obviously it is a derby.
It's a derby.
The derby we're seeing 4 goals and Tottenham haven't really having a shot.
It shows the difference between Tottenham this season and last season. How last year they managed to beat Arsenal. This season, in the 2 derbies, they've lost an aggregate scoreline of 7-0.
Yeah. New asks, if Barca don't win the UWCL, is there anyone outside their team that is on Ballon d'Or form? Well, it depends who wins the UWCL. If Chelsea win it, and they win the WSL, and they win the 2 cups in England, then they've got to be in consideration. Obviously, there will be the Euros factored in if England go on to win the Euros and Chelsea win everything, then you've got to say someone like Lauren James, even though she hasn't had a particularly good WSL yet.
Depends what she does in the Euros. If she's top goal
And
scorer,
also she could start playing for Chelsea and do incredibly well.
Yeah.
So
more problems with Lisa Kopp and that knee. Strapped up before the game, went down the first half, has now gone down again. Tottenham are also going to make other changes, like to be Ash Neville coming off.
who would you say has been the best player though for Chelsea this season?
Chelsea, God, that's a tough one. I wouldn't say anyone's particularly stood out.
Hamano for me, but she's not going to win the Ballon d'Or.
No,
Carnery
unless
really
Japan.
good.
No, they can't.
Carnery had fantastic. What if Japan win the Euros?
Then she would get Ballon d'Or because that would be
Incredible.
a miracle.
If Carnery had kept up her early season form, she'd be right in that conversation because she's been brilliant.
Due to the kind of bias towards Europe, it's going to be whoever can do the best in the Euros. So
Well, the thing is, you've got a sort of unconscious European bias anyway, and then you've got to factor in the fact that there is a Euros this year. There isn't anything for the. They've got the Shivleys Cup this year.
Isn't it also like an Asian Confederation? No, they don't have one of them.
I don't think so.
No. Japan.
There is a Copa America, but it's not as a big a thing. Is
no, because Brazil are going to win it. So I can tell you that.
No, the US probably.
Are they in the Copa America?
The US, yeah.
So in South America.
Well, they are in the men's game.
I don't know now.
Don't know if they're in the women's.
I don't know enough about that side of the world. I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, I think that it's going to be interesting because, as you say, there's a.
We'll have a look.
I mean, Bon Matty's a favourite, isn't she? Because Spain could just win the Euros and Barcelona win.
Bon Matty's always
the
favourite. Or Putas, now that she's back.
But she's injured again. Well, I think it's only a couple of weeks though, because she will miss she's missed this international break, so she won't play for Spain against England next Wednesday. Not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after.
Here's only CONMEBOL teams.
So Brazil are going to win it, unless there's a team up for Colombia. They'll put up a good fight.
Come for a good side.
Yeah. Linda Caicedo might just dance around everybody, but that Brazil side, silver medalists at the Olympics, very, very good team.
Philly says Diana or Gwyn could be contenders. No defenders ever won the Ballon d'Or though in the women's game.
But Gwyn's been ridiculously good, aggressive, and
I think Millie Bright there.
But I think in her role,
I
think in her role for Germany though, there's a really good chance that Gwyn will put up a lot of goal contributions. Just put in a Germany shirt.
Yeah, but I still think it would go to someone like.
Just give it a pop.
Yeah, that'd be fun, but like Brand or Bjorn probably take it. Nuskin says Phil East. I mean, if Chelsea and Germany win the competitions this year,
potentially,
gotta be a conversation. Hasn't it?
Double change for Arsenal.
If Barcelona and Spain win it, that's probably Bon Matty. It's definitely Bon Matty.
Even if Spain don't win it, I can see Bon Matty will still take it. Unless, depends who else wins it. Because it's England and...
If it's Sweden and Chelsea have won it, then Carnery's a shoo-in. Surely.
I think even then I'd still think Bon Matty would win it over her.
Or Rolfo.
Oh yeah, that probably. Let's be honest.
I don't know.
Well, Little and Cadena.
I don't like the Ballon d'Or. It's a popularity contest.
I mean, none of the female players can even go to it during the international breaks. So what is the like? Yeah, obviously Kim Little confirmed with her contract extension, which is big for Arsenal. Leader staying in, I think, what is more of a squad player role and a more of a leadership role than someone who's going to deliver week in, week out, but still an important part of that Arsenal dressing room. It's a shame for a derby to be like this. You know, for one side to be so dominant. You know, you want to see in derbies competitiveness and you know, have a fight, but who's going to fight 4-0 down? Not saying I don't want to see fights, but just, you know, it just hasn't felt... Tottenham, I don't feel like Tottenham are playing in the derby today.
They've not competed, have they?
No. I haven't seen any big tackles or, you know, cheering up the away fans or just getting a bit of rah, get their team going. You know what I mean? I think Tottenham have been really flat, and
Mm.
especially in a derby, that's really, it's sad to see.
Philly said Bournemouth Johansson will be front runners.
If Norway win not Norway, not Norway.
Yeah.
Yes, Norway. Yes.
Caroline Graham-Hansen's Norwegian, yeah.
Yes. I worry from it should be Danish.
No,
No.
it's not.
Her and Guro then.
Yeah, I mean, Guerrero's got decent numbers, but a lot of pens.
Doesn't play. I keep feeling like she'd get 1 point from a WSL fantasy team because she just.
Well, that's the problem. Chelsea players, because there's so many of them, they don't play every game.
Yeah. Fox wins a corner.
Like today's team doesn't have Kana Reid in. No, sorry, it does have Kana Reid in, but doesn't have Guro in.
Mm.
But there's been a lot of lineups without Kana Reid in recently as well. So. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Arsenal seeking a 5th. Tottenham. Who have Tottenham got next week? I feel like it's Crystal Palace.
Man City at home.
Oh wow,
Just gets easier, doesn't it?
that's a killer.
Yeah.
And this problem, they're gonna have to start. They're gonna have to start changing. That's a header from Black Senior's blocked.
Also, we've got internationals first.
Oh yeah, of course. That's not gonna help. But that should, because not many of these players are going in national duty. Naz. Is Grant going to the US? I doubt it.
Straight. Hunt with the Australia.
Don't do that, Australia.
Suzuki?
Potentially, but
Swiss?
but the core of the team are staying. So an opportunity for Villaharm to change something up and have 2 weeks with the majority of the side to just try something different.
Hungary.
Because this just isn't working.
Vinberg presumably will go with Sweden. Rasso with Australia. Don't think Neville will quite get in the England team.
No.
These are
England need a right back.
Yeah, no.
Oh, here come Tottenham. Vinberg. Ball in. Not a bad ball in. Oh, tipped away by Van Domselaar. Tottenham with a late surge.
Ball in from England. Save well.
It's a shot on target. It's more than
more like a cross though.
It did. Because Beth England's on the right wing. I just don't get it. I just do not get it.
I think I swapped her and Thomas, yeah. Marlon says, why isn't Guro starting? She hasn't started 2 games in a row.
Yeah, because she didn't start the Villa game, then she came on at half time.
Yeah, she should play a lot in the first half of the season, though.
She did. And
maybe we've got LJ back now.
And I guess
it's just competition places.
It's a difficult one to judge because Chelsea are playing the same opposition back to back. So it's a difficult one to work out who you're going to play.
Feels a lot like Bournemouth are still trying to work out where Lauren James fits in.
Yeah.
She's tried her up front. She's tried her on the left wing. I still think she's a brilliant attack midfielder.
Did James start today?
Yeah.
Where?
Looks like left wing because Macario will probably be in 10.
I don't like that either.
No, Macario's not a 10.
No. Lauren James is. Just swap them.
Macario's not really a left wing.
Or don't. Just put her somewhere else.
It'll be interesting. With Baltimore overlapping, that left wing is more of an inside forward anyway. Left 10 type position, but yeah. It'll be interesting to see if that works.
Yeah. Just watch it. Bruce Van movement is really good. Arsenal got 2 strikers who are not just movement off the ball is superb. Absolutely superb. More changes coming for Tottenham.
Oh yeah, the Shivalus Cup, by the way, is US, Australia, Japan, Colombia.
Is there 14?
And it's all contested over this international break.
Oh wow. But yeah, that is Vinberg has come off and Naz has come off.
That is
and that is going to see Grant come on.
That's important though for club teams because any Australian, Colombians, Americans or Japanese players will be playing at 3:30 on Thursday. So I can't see any of them playing WSL.
True.
37 hours, 40-something hours later, considering they've still got to travel back.
That is true.
So that probably rules out Hermano, Macario, Ramirez for Chelsea.
Yeah. Arsenal have Fox.
That's it. Everyone has.
Ford.
Yeah.
City will have their whole team because their whole team is
Japanese or Australian.
Yeah. Have they got any merit? No.
And no goalkeeper for Manchester United. No, they haven't taken Fernando's choice, have they? So
No.
they'll be all right.
Bizarre one, that. Unless it was United said no.
Yeah.
Because they want them.
Possibly Miyazawa, they'll miss. It's just replacing current form will be a big miss. Pass will be fine. All their players are Spanish.
Hunt for Tottenham.
Spanish Tottenham.
I feel I like Claire Hunt. I think she's a decent player, and in Australia's shirt and before Tottenham, she looked really good. But this season has just been miles off it, and it's one of those where it's because it's so consistently poor. It just suggests that she's not at the level, not at that top Docell standard. Which is harsh, and I don't like saying it, but
Cadena. Little. Very well, my Valty. Sorry. Yeah, it's Valty. Fox. Kelly. Valty. Nice turn. Shots blocked by Bartrip. Russo. Kelly again. Fakes the shot. Not sure how intentional it was. And they cleared out of play.
Yeah.
By Bartrip.
Arsenal could have probably scored 5 or 6, but they're taking their foot off the gas. Understandably so, and they've made changes. The game's just slowed down a bit. Either way, it's going to be a resounding victory.
Yeah.
And a big one. Always always good to get one over your rivals, even if it is in convincing fashion.
Yeah, thank you, by the way, for 2.7k. Appreciate everyone that's subscribed on this stream. We're now only 300 away from 3,000, which is the next milestone,
hit it in the
really.
next hour.
There's 300 people watching right now. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone that has subscribed today. That's 10 gained on today's stream alone, so appreciate that massively. We've got another one coming this afternoon, this evening, really. So do join us later this evening for Manchester City versus Liverpool.
Guaranteed. I think that'll be a much closer game because Liverpool are playing better than Tottenham are, and City aren't playing as well as Arsenal are.
Yeah, and we've got a fun international break. Obviously, no streams next weekend. We would be covering the Portugal game, but we are in Portugal for it. So alas, we will not be live for it, but we will be live for England versus Spain, which should be a really tasty Nations League clash. So, yeah, look out for that over the next week.
It's now a trophy that England will look to win, and you'll be unsurprised to hear that Spain are obviously the holders of it. Shock.
Spain hold everything.
They are currently in across all of football right now. They are holding every trophy,
even the youth competitions.
Yeah,
they've won most of them.
They'll probably find a way to win the She Believes Cup.
Then we get invited, so they just show up anyway.
Yeah. We're here now. Yeah, we've binned off the Nations League because we're going to win it anyway.
Ball in from Kelly. Claims well by Lisa Kopp.
Kopp's done really well. Come into this Tottenham side, made some big saves today. Kept just really sharp, and it's bizarre because if they put a good defence in front of her, I genuinely think they could look like a really good unit.
Foul there on Suzuki. That's right, Olivia Holt.
Yeah, she came on for Wimberg. Grant came on for Naz. Don't know how that works, but it does. Yeah, Neville came off as well. It just hasn't, but the difference is it hasn't changed anything for Tottenham.
And a substitution now for Arsenal. Mariona Caldense Jenna Nijswanger on for Arsenal.
Yeah. On that left-hand side, very versatile player. Can play anywhere down that left-hand side. Can play in midfield as well. So, yeah, should just come into that left-hand side and run around a bit. I don't know, give her 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think what he says, because there's not much tactical instruction for a player. Well, actually, McCabe's gone higher, and Nijswanger's gone deeper.
Doesn't surprise me. McCabe is a very aggressive player.
No, it's true.
Very attacking player.
But what do you say to a player? You've got 4 minutes. There's no tactical instruction, really, is there?
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, probably. That's a good ball down the line.
Over the bar, well, wide actually. There from Holt.
Yeah, not a bad ball in from who was out there. It was Thomas who put the ball in. So really good ball. Hole unmarked. Probably should have done better. But Tottenham, another couple shots in the last 5-10 minutes. It's something to be positive about. Well, you got to try and take the positives where you can, because where else are the positives from a 4-0 defeat to your rivals? Where your centre half scored own goal.
At least it's not at home.
That is true.
Here's Hull. Pokes it through to Spence. Now to Thomas, who delays. Just have a shot.
Just hit it.
Ball in towards the back post by Grant. That's over for everyone. And now Bartrip to swing one into the box. Headed away in there. Bartrip will react quickest again. So it's Tottenham in possession. Sorry, Bartrip. Punt.
Tottenham camped in Arsenal's heart.
Tottenham just waiting, probing for some space. Here is Holt. Touches good. Gibbons.
Did that go off?
I did not go off. No.
Holt doesn't seem to complain too much. It was a poor touch anyway.
To be fair, not much point complaining at that point.
Billingham doesn't look very pleased. I'll put it that way. But again, I get that he's a bit of a calmer manager and has a bit more of a laid back and reasonable approach. But at 4-0 down to your rivals, and he's just stood there like a pillar. Oh,
Chance now for Arsenal. Black Stenius takes aim. It's blocked.
Be honest, man, I'd expect to see at least a bit of frustration. He just looks like he's given up. Which I understand because they're 4-0 down 1 minute to go, but you're the manager, you inspire. But yeah, I'm sure work to do. But the problem is, we've said that with Tottenham for the last few weeks. But again, they lose 4-0 this week, and I don't think they're going to drop down the table.
Yi Chen says Tottenham are so poor. You're spot on there, Yi Chen.
I think they won't move from 6th unless Everton somehow beat Chelsea or Liverpool somehow beat City.
Shot on goal! That's a brilliant goal. Emily Fox caps off this Arsenal victory with a worldie. What a strike, and it's Arsenal 5, Tottenham 0. Well, I'm left stunned. Lost for words.
Absolute stunner.
What strike?
5-star Arsenal. What a way to finish a rout of your rivals. Superb from Fox. Just picks it up. 25 yards out.
Just cushioned to her nicely. Just takes a touch. Hits it. No hope.
Such a good
No
strike.
hope for Leader Cup. And the Arsenal ends. You've had a very good day. Have one last thing to jump up and celebrate. And it is a goal straight out of the top drawer.
Wow. She couldn't do that again if she tried. That is an absolute beauty.
Yeah.
Will not score a better goal than that in her career. Such a beautiful... Just catches it so nicely. Just fires it into that top left
It was
corner.
Tottenham's best period of the game, really.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Dave Precious, the conservative predictions were just being nice. Well, I believed in Tottenham.
I said 4-1. I thought they might score a goal. But they might also lose. But yeah. I mean... Tottenham will be, I think, running back to, well, I'll say North London. It's water, only 10 minutes down the road. Yeah, they want to get out of the Emirates as quickly as possible. That's a silly foul from Raso. Kelly brought down, 4 minutes to play.
To be fair, I've not seen a particularly strong Tottenham contingent of fans.
No.
It'd be this corner, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the way it doesn't look packed out, not phase 4. It's not filled, and that won't help. Which it's weird because it is such a short trip. You'd expect to see a lot more fans, especially with the men's side being at home. It's not like all the fans are away. Well, that sounds like a great day if you're a Tottenham fan.
Well, this in the morning.
Well, not a great day because you're probably going to lose both games, but in terms of, you could go to the Emirates and watch.
Horrible.
Yeah, go to the Emirates and watch the women's team at
Loads of
12:30,
pain.
and then get back to your home ground, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, for the 4:30 in the men's game. Sounds like quite a good. In terms of the actual, day itself, the results are probably horrible. Especially starting off with a big 5-0
I think
loss.
they'll beat United later in the men's game.
They're both going to lose.
Yeah.
That's a silly foul from Neisler. Didn't need to do that. Tottenham free kick. Who's your player of the match?
Ooh.
Tough question, that, eh?
Yeah, so I was just thinking, which doesn't make for good
No,
viewing, really.
Tottenham have won 5-0. That's like Arsenal won 5-0. I'll go Claire. I don't think she was Arsenal's best player. Goal and an assist.
I don't remember all the goal scorers now. No one's on a brace, so it's sort of a free hit.
Russo was very good.
Russo's up there. Ford's got 2 assists. I'm going to say Lea Vouty.
I like that.
Hasn't contributed in terms of goals, but phenomenal. Dictate the tempo. Huge part of why Arsenal were able to dominate today's game in the manner they have. So yeah, I'd go Vouty.
Who scored the own goal? Russo, Ford,
Caldente, you've missed.
Caldente and Fox. Yeah. I'll go Caldente. I think she played very, very well.
She did.
Could have had a couple more really good performance.
Here's Kelly. Hasn't been lively, but hasn't been bad either. And she's now coming forwards. Does done really well. Taking down this side, puts it in on goal.
Oh.
It's off the crossbar.
Poor defending. Has to be said. From the fullback. Yeah, well, what a win for Arsenal.
Indeed. Here at the Emirates, Arsenal 5, Tottenham 0 at North London derby, which will feel deflating for Tottenham, but elating for Arsenal. Another big victory. They've been brilliant under Renee Slaggers. They'll be looking to keep the good times rolling as they look to finish in the Champions League spots. They've still got Champions League football as well. They've still got 1 cup competition to compete in. So it's looking good. Hard One says, hey guys, I had to get into the chat to ask, is the Delta Maths different for Tottenham? Because how are they not in the relegation zone? They've been poor this season.
Yeah.
But they have won loads of games in our 6th.
They just keep getting away with it. And again, they've lost 5-0, but Everton have got to play Chelsea. Liverpool got to play Man City.
Yeah, Chelsea have started well there. They just haven't scored. By the looks of it.
It's North London's red. That is an absolute massacre. Fair enough to Arsenal. They're playing beautifully. They deserve that victory. Some beautiful football in there, in that first half especially. Just played Tottenham off the park. And for Tottenham, well, every week we say there's work to do, and they're miles off it, but every week they stay in 6th. So, yeah, it's a very strange time to be a Tottenham fan. Because you've just been battered 5-0, but you're going to stay in the top half, which is where you want to be.
Indeed. Philly says, good stranger. Thanks, gents. Enjoy the Chelsea game. We will indeed. I think that rounds us up for this morning's action. I'm going to go watch the Chelsea game, have a nap, and then I'll join you if we'll be back for City Liverpool at 6:45 or 6:30 if you want to watch our build-up. So join us this evening for that game where we'll be talking that game. We'll be rounding up the rest of the WSL action. And then, yeah, so join us this evening. Then, obviously, if you're not joining us this evening, join us on Monday morning because we'll be back on Monday evening for our WSL Match Week review. So look out for all of that coming out today and tomorrow. Other than that, though, thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.